Good evening, everybody. Welcome in once again to another Wednesday stream. You know what it is, of course. It's another stream of some good old Warframe. Welcome in, one and all. How are we all doing today? Hopefully you're doing well where you are around the world. Tap. Zom with the audio check. Yep, left, right, and central channels definitely working there today. Cheers, Zom.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you as well, Nietzsche. Thank you very much for resubscribing there up on to 2 months in a row. You got that lovely bronze badge next to your name. Thank you very much, Nietzsche, for continuing your support here. Really appreciate it. Hello there, Demon King. Get low, Vlad. Hello, everyone's come on in. Adam Malik as well with the single bit, claiming first place. Third. Yeah, that definitely does claim first place. It is the first of the month, the 1st of March. And so a singular bit does claim that #1 spot on the leaderboard for now. For now. What's the plan then, Adam Malik? You gonna double that every stream this month? Make it 2 bits next time, 4 bits on Sunday, and so on? No? Maybe? All the same. Cheers for the bit. And spaghetti with the hydrate. Sure. Cheers on that. Yeah, so stream title, as it suggests, we got the Sortie to do, we've got the Archon hunt to do. I would like to run a short battle, y'all guys, and then, well, this one. There's no mistake. This one right here, who is putting her head slightly off the top of the screen even, is the topic, the main topic of today's stream. Believe it or not. Don't worry, I'm not sick. I haven't banged my head or anything. It's fine. The reason being on that is actually not because of her, specifically, but because of him. The reason that I want to cover Yareli today is because of Hydroid. And I do have a proper reason for that as well, because you see, Yareli has had change after change after change since she was released. Improvements here or there, buffs like the 90% damage reduction now on her Marilina, multiple changes in a row. Now, we don't get changes just willy-nilly. It's not like Yareli just suddenly invents a better version of herself. It's game balancing. D puts that in because people say this frame is not good enough, we would like to see it better. D spend the time deciding on what changes to make and bring those changes in. That's what we are getting with Yareli, or have received with Yareli. But the thing is that, well, that takes time and resources away from other things that D could be doing. So they want to see a return on that, right? I know if I put in extra work to go back and do something I'd already done, I'd want to see something for that extra work. So that's what we're doing. We're having a look at Yareli to see, okay, so those changes, what's she good for? How does she feel? Can we make some good workable uses out of her? Because the reason being for that is that then Hydroid might finally get the love that he deserves. Because Hydroid is in a terrible spot. Pretty much everyone agrees on that. Hydroid is in need of additional work and has been overlooked for, frankly, too long. But I know I certainly wouldn't put in the effort to go through fixing anything in the past if there was no return on it whatsoever. So, if we, as a community, want to demand Hydroid buffs, at the very least, when they buff something else, which has been classically pushed down, we can have a proper look at it and see, okay, what's it worth now then? The Umbra and Yareli was eventually worth... No, I don't agree on that, Garuga. No. So, yeah, that's the idea we're going with on that one. Is to see what Yareli is capable of. See if D have pulled through on making it worthwhile. But we won't get to it straight away. Yareli is still number 4 on the list today. We've got the Sortie, we've got the Archon hunt, we've got the short to look at, and then it is Yareli, okay? So we'll get there eventually. But to get us started on the Sortie and Archon hunt, we got Zom who wants to join on in. Am I on solo mode? Of course I'm on solo mode. I always am on solo mode these days. Let's bring on in Zom, let's bring on in Elio, and let's bring on in Bilkul. Just wants to be in on the Sortie. That's fine. I'll say my only genuine issue, as you already know, is unaugmented aqua blades and no helmet abilities can be cast on Marilina. I mean, that's fair. At the same time, no helmet abilities can be cast whilst you are using Hildren's 4th ability. I'm sure there are other cases where helmet abilities just get shut out one way or another, so it's not the most devastating thing there. I know that Titania is far more forgiving in that regard. You can cast abilities whilst in Razor Wing, which is a very apt comparison. But we'll see how it all comes together. Prong and Sortie and Hunt so much, you can bet on that. I mean, Karokop, if you want to bet on it, you'll lose. I'm being genuine here. I am being genuine. This is not a troll. This is not taking the mick. I am definitely going to be going over Yareli to have a look as to how she stands in the current update of the game. I want to find out more. I want to see where she currently stands to update my own opinion on her. Because it's no good having 52 Warframes in the game and then I just hold on to the past with a whole bunch of them. All of us should be malleable in our opinions. Allow them to be updated when the situation updates too. Pure and simple. And so with that in mind, let's get started on with the Sortie. We have got today an Exterminate with Extra Stronghold, we got Mobile Defensive Augmented Enemy Armor, and then a Defense Assault Rifle only, which includes, by the way, rocket launchers. Go figure. Let's get started with the Exterminate Extra Stronghold. This should be a good focus farm for anyone who needs extra focus and just doesn't want to do it other ways. This is a good focus and affinity farm because Xmas units are absolutely shitting it out, and most players will be going through this very quickly, especially with this lower level of the Sortie. So yes, we'll see on that, Vlad. We'll see about the playstyle, because I mean, we can either work with what exists or we cannot. But at the end of the day, Yareli does have some features worth considering. There have been, as I say, a great number of changes, so it is worth going over. Rocket launchers count as rifles? They do indeed, because in this game there are only a few categories as far as Sortie is concerned. Shotguns, snipers, bows, secondaries, melees, and rifles.
There is a large platoon.
So it has to fit into one of those, and rocket launchers are not snipers. There is the string-powered rocket launcher. Oh, yeah. String-powered rocket launcher, otherwise known as the Cougar Brammer. But by and large, rocket launchers are rifles in this game. But yeah, it is a thing. Rocket launchers use sniper ammo? No, it doesn't, because sniper ammo doesn't exist. That's another thing. But even before then, they used sniper ammo, but they were not snipers. But now there isn't even sniper ammo, so you've lost even that one. So I say, you gotta take the world as it is. Update your opinions. Oh, this is not the way to be going. I thought there was just one enemy that someone would clear up this way, then it shows the way. Oh, it's this way. Oh, loops up around here today. Two Blitz Xmas in one location, fair enough. I do love quite how satisfyingly crunchy the Foreman is. Like, you get a good connection on a group of enemies, and just death. What's that other enemy? I can't actually see them. Oh, there they are. Oh no! A magnetic proc. Whatever shall I do with my energy? Ha. Ha. I mean, I saw armor get stripped there, so I know I'm being assisted in the kills somewhere, but... I mean, just look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, this is a nice grouping of enemies, actually.
The enemy is broken.
And they're dead.
We'll get to extraction.
I saw a focus orb, didn't I? Oh, I picked it up. That's why I couldn't find it. I did pick it up, I just didn't notice it happen. Ooh. Alright. I'm going to grab a few more kills, just because they're all here, might as well. It just seems reasonable to grab a little bit more. Get the most out of that focus orb, you know? Alright, now we're good. Now we're good. You could go with a special weapons category, which includes flamethrowers and launchers. I mean, they could, but do they have to? Do they have to make those changes? It's more the question. As much as it is weird that it is assault rifle only allows for rocket launchers, it's more of a niche condition which just makes me a curiosity on the Sortie. It doesn't break, it doesn't hurt it, it's just really a thing. I don't feel that a special category needs to be made, because all they'll do then is make it where you can take less to the assault rifle Sortie, and they might even add in a special weapon category. So then you'd have to use beams or rockets. And having beams and rockets as the restriction is again a bit of an odd one. It's just needless updates. Needless updates. One of my opinions on the new weapons that came with Citrine. I haven't done a full review of them as yet, however, I'll be honest, I am not impressed. I am not impressed with them. The shotgun, especially not impressed. Yeah. I've tried finding ways to be happy with the Seth loss, and it's not connected. Not for me.
Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
That said, be able to just dash ahead as Lavos. That's always fun. You can't take that away from me. Whatever updates there are, suddenly zoomies, suddenly zoomies with Vile Rush, always fun. Exactly, Tom. Yeah, exactly. Just because a frame may not be your choice doesn't make a frame weak. It's like how I don't really use a lot of Mesa. I just don't. There's no particular reason for that. Mesa is great. It's just I don't really use her. Same with Saren. I don't really use Saren. I'll use Mirage. I'll use Volt. I'll use Lavos. I'll use Wukong. I've got Ivara in my back pocket. I've got Loki available to use. I'll make some use of Wisp here or there. Equinox I used to use more. None of that makes the other frames bad. Those are just the ones that I tend to use. Yeah, I get that, Carcop. I get it, you know. The Bratton... Oh dear, I've got myself stuck. The Bratton and the Envoy are not the same weapon whatsoever. They have more different than they have similar. But they're not shotguns, they're not snipers, they're not bows, they're not melee weapons, and they're not secondaries, which for some reason have just one category. Despite the fact that secondaries have shotguns and lasers and basically rocket launchers, and actual rocket launchers included in them. And as for assault rifle only has a definition really in video games. Because assault rifle as a real world thing isn't really a thing. So it do be like that. Ultimately, the longer this game goes on, the more weapons we'll have which kind of cross over things. I mean, you look at the Foreman. It's both a shotgun and a rifle. It uses rifle mods, even though its primary mode is a shotgun. Go figure. It do be like that. Locks and Cosmo, cheers. Same with our explosive weapon with not shotgun fire mode. Exactly, yeah. So we got a weapon which is a shotgun primary mode, but it's a rifle, and we have a weapon which is a shotgun secondary mode, and it's still a rifle. One of those also happens to have a rifle mode. The other one happens to have a bomb mode. It's a cannon. How do you distinguish? Yeah. Imagine a rifle battle between an AK and a rocket launcher. I mean, it depends on how powerful the AK is.
Area completed. Move on.
And it depends on how powerful the rocket is, because I mean, if it's a bottle rocket, it's not going to be doing as much as an AK, is it now? Balancing. It's a thing. But yeah, the category assault rifle is funky. It doesn't really make sense, but it still makes about as much sense as secondary being a thing. Why can some weapons only be put into a secondary slot? They exist there, but they don't have to be. Like, why? We have them there because they're there, but they don't act like sidearms a lot of the time. Some secondary weapons are more powerful than most primaries. So really, all of the classifications are actually a bit bunk. Hell, even melee weapons, Glade Prime, are a little bit bunk. So Yareli, any notifications you click? Yeah, we'll be having Yareli on stream today. Once we got through the other bits and pieces at the start. We've got 4 things in total to cover. This is the first one, the Sortie. But yes, indeed, Yareli will be taking up a large portion of today's stream. I do intend for that. Maybe because they're smaller and more portable? I mean, kind of. But then you get some secondary weapons which seem to both be visually and in terms of impact bigger than certain primary weapons. Like, for example, the Bratton is actually pretty minimal. The Bratton is a pretty minimal weapon. You then bring out something like a Spore Laser Kit Gun or the Epitaph, and things can suddenly get a little bit more fiery.
But we did it. Mission complete.
How do the new Arcanes go? I'm working on the video on that one at the moment. Done pretty much all the research that I'm looking to do on them, and it's a case of bringing it all together. I've decided for that video, I think I'm actually going to put in tier ratings as well. I did it with some of my earliest videos. Those ones are not up to today's quality as far as the videos are concerned for me, but I did use tier ratings in the past, and I think for these Arcanes, they deserve a tier rating to help give a better idea as to when to, or at what point you want to farm them, like how worth it is it to farm in terms of a tier rating. Prediction time? Yeah, it is. Correct. Thank you, Korokop. Let's get that up and running. What are we going to get from today's Sortie, guys and gals? Prediction up in the chat right now. So click that blue spanner icon, make your prediction. Is it going to be a Riven, Booster, Legendary Core even? Maybe it'll be Former this time. I want to see a prediction on at least every single one of those options there. There's plenty of you here, so, you know, go right ahead. Put it down. Catalyst Gang is always fair do. Spaghetti fair do. Sometimes you'll be right. Mostly not, but sometimes. Dice saying, pretty sure the bare bone definition of the rifle is a rifled gun barrel. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's literally what makes a rifle, is it's rifled. So, the Envoy could potentially be considered rifled. We'd have to see what the barrel is like there. Being guided missiles, or potentially guided missiles, might take it away from that. Whereas the Amprex, which is an energy weapon, I don't see how it's going to rifle energy. So should that really be considered a rifle? The Fenwar almost certainly should be considered rifled, but we don't have any evidence of that. It's just, we can take that as a thing. Sonora almost certainly. Kuvazar, given that it fires out spherical bombs, probably not, but then the shotgun mode might be considered rifled to tighten the spread. Probably not again. But yeah, you look at the size of Bratton here. You look at how big this weapon is. Slightly bigger than I actually remember, but yeah. You look at how big that one is, okay? Let me equip that to make that even easier. A nice bright blue, so you can't miss the profile of it. And then we have the Latum. I mean, in terms of length there, you can see that's about as long as Lavos' arm. Whereas the Bratton, yeah, it's about the same length. And it's about the same length. Stop spinning it around. Bruh. Bruh! Okay, he really wants to spin it right now. We'll leave him to it. We'll leave him to it. The Epitaph, I mean, it goes through his arm. That just looks stupid. But it's still a bit of a slab. Kit gun, I mean, that's got a bit of heft to it. It's not tiniest thing going around. That one, likewise, it's got some heft. It's got some holding on. Tiplos are a bit on the smaller side, granted. My point is that there's not a huge difference between some of them. Like, the lines do get a bit blurrier. The lines do get a bit blurrier in some cases. Best example is Gractor and Twin Gractor. Well, that one's just a crazy one, yeah. That one took the line, saw that it could be blurred, and decided, you know what, screw that, let's just cross it for the hell of it. No blurriness going on there. That was just pure decision. That's unfortunate, Flo. You'll have to catch the next one. We will have another one for the Archon hunt. I do see there is a prediction on it and everything. Did someone somehow manage to gamble with a single channel point? I thought the minimum was 10. Chocodeca found a way to gamble with 1. My god, that could be quite the achievement there if you managed to win with 1 channel point. I didn't know that was possible, Chuck. I thought the minimum was 10.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment.
All right then.
until reinforcements
Thoughts on a
arrive.
Thodai? I haven't really thought about it since I got it, to be honest. From what loads of people had said, I thought the minimum it forced you into was 10. Evidently not. Chocodeca knows better. Alright, and it looks like we got a speedver to help us do this a lot quicker. Always nice. We're going to have a speedver. If we're going to really ramp things up, you know what? Let's bring out firepower. Boom. Because my NPC crew does not mess around. It for me looks like a monster can. I mean, it looks like a energy drink can, or just can in general, especially the way you hold it off to the side, yeah.
I will self-repair.
Oh, someone's really noisy one is here. I don't know why mine is not as noisy as others, but some people just have really noisy operatives. They're just like, oh, let me just tell you about how I'm healing up every millisecond I can. My one doesn't even do that. Anywho. Oh, looks like someone's given some invulnerability to the operative. Nice, we got that on the squad. Who we got doing that? Not sure actually. That's probably just someone's focus school. Focus, you go Burr. At least it's not corrupted vor. Oh god, yeah, that one is just excessive. One of the biggest reasons to not go to that tier void. Okay, now my NPC crew's got something to say. Which is usually silent. Wow, that was really unfortunate. I got hit by that one there. What's my favourite focus school? Ooh, that is a good question. At present, probably Onairu. Because most focus schools I don't really need most of the time. Naramon has its uses, Zenrik has its uses, Madurai has its uses, Vazarin has more limited uses. But if I find myself in need of operator, it's usually Onairu that gets the job done. And that's because of the armor and shield strip on it. Weird. Secret, yeah. Yeah, Onairu just has the utility to get more out of the operator. Perhaps mine is better optimized, dies up often. This thing, they're usually not dying when they say it. They should be. It should be their revive thing or the healing thing, but it's actually more just they just start chatting. It's been a bug for a while that some MC crew just decide to start yapping. For seemingly no good reason. They're just bop, 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 bop. Okay. Sure. Why not? Devor talks for 3 minutes and fights for 3 seconds. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm sure once upon a time he was threatening. Maybe some newer players will encounter him and be like, oh my god, this guy's a bit tough. But usually that is not the case. Can't even like cast, forgot about that. There's just Discord users pulling out at everyone in every message. Oh god. I mean, it fits the bill, doesn't it? It turns out the transmissions we're receiving, both from friend and foe alike, are just at everyone transmissions. That's why we're hearing enemy comms from time to time. They're just at everyone. Security be damned, we don't care that the Tenno hears this. Yeah, that actually seems to be a reasonable answer, doesn't it? When did I start playing Warframe? Just after Wisp was released. I created my account way before, like a couple of years before that. But I never really got into the game at the time. I didn't really understand it straight away. And so I just stuck with what I was playing. But yeah, I got into Warframe proper about the time, or just after Wisp was released. Which is probably nowhere near as long as a lot of people might have expected. But yeah, it's just how it be. Why are we hearing most of enemy comms? We've already figured that out now, because the enemies are at everyone. Because they are, in a sense, boomers. They don't understand how to use this modern communication tech. Something like that, let's go with it. Operative is still handling just nicely, thanks to whoever was healing them and making them invulnerable. Yep, as they go again. Oh, never mind. They were doing well. Now they're not. And now they're back. Yep, someone definitely has spasm. That's a very quick revive. That was a very quick revive. Obviously, it's got to be instant. 3 more waves, and this is the third last wave already. I'm trying to use the minimap to figure out where the next thing is to shoot. There we are. Did I do brother ready? Yeah, if you think about it, it's kind of strange that the Foreman has always been in the game for me. As far as my experience with Warframe has been concerned, the Foreman's always been there. The Foreman and Wisp both. The Ropalolis was always a thing to get around to at some point. The Dupes always had this weird node that had to wait until later to do. That's just how it's existed for me. Are you the only one that calls Focus Orb Focus Flowers? You're probably not the only one, but you're going to be in the minority there, Jock. Because I've never heard that term before. You are going to be pretty left out on that one. Alright, I'll just let my Sentinel kill a couple of these, it's fine. Totally intended, didn't miss my shot. Toad Station, hi Ken. I like bringing a safeguard measure of missions like rescues and other missions and defensive elements. Cool. Okay. Like calling them focus bubbles? Focus bubbles works. Focus orbs. Convergence orbs, are they maybe? I think that's what their actual name is. Something in me is saying that's what their name is. Alrighty, today, yep, what do you know? We got a pineapple. We got a pineapple, y'all. Let's see then, how many people expected that? Oh, only one person. Only one person thought it would be a pineapple, but they put in 34% of the gamble. 2,200 spanners by Cheesy Dorito. Alright. Yeah, that works. Well, Cheesy Dorito, you're getting back a bunch of extra spanners there. No one else joined you on that one. Alright, GG's Bill Cool. Thanks for joining in. The one time you later to vote, well, I'll teach you, won't it? Just gotta get here that little bit quicker. Speaking of a little bit quicker, it looks like that is Fine Thoughts wanted to join on the hunt. That is a very quick message. Straight away. Way to do it. Let's see, what is our Archon hunt this week? It's, of course, for the Azure Shard. I've got bonuses to stuff that I don't want to be using for this. That is fine. We got a spy mission, excavation, and the showdown. Alrighty then. Well, for the spy mission, that's a Wukong if I ever saw one. Have I maxed out all my focus calls? I have not, no. The only one I have maxed out, I think, is Madurai. Yeah, this is one that's maxed out. All the others are still a work in progress. Putting his practice teachings for Archon Spy. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, okay, just Wukong, yeah. Oh, right, yes. I get you now. Perspicacity. I hate saying that word. Perspicacity. There we are, yeah, I understand. I'm with you now. I'm on it. Let's see. On that note, I shall also bring a Phalanx. Because a Phalanx is good. There we are. Let's go. Can never go wrong with pineapples? I mean, I can imagine some people can go wrong with them. Probably Paige. Let's get diving in on this spy. There's 4 of us in the squad. 3 vaults to do. I'll just rush C. And Wukong. Should be fine.
Understand Pazwell to understand his Narmer.
The only downside to doing this is that for some reason the foggy cloud effect just seems worse on Earth than anywhere else. Blocks your vision a little bit.
I am only a cipher to be cracked. Come to me in humility. Abase yourself.
But Wukong just easily clears through the entire mission. This is the big reason that I don't really value what's it? Arcane Doubleback, is that if you really want to go through a mission quickly without being hurt, Wukong. just Wukong. What are you gonna do? Speaking about the enemies, like, what are they gonna do? Good God. Invisible, intangible, healing, status cleansing, all in one ability, whilst also moving at the speed of sound. Familiar enough. Come on, brain. I know we didn't have a lot of sleep last night, but we can... Ah, there we are. I'm really having to think through those today. Brain just no worky. Auto hack, why you fail me? There we are. Have I ever tried Contravex? Did you try out Slash Beam good? I don't believe that I have. Okay. Oh, there is a waypoint marker which suggests to me that someone has found extraction. Yes! Very nice. Well, I've done my bit.
Tenno, I'm truly sorry.
We'll
for everything.
We'll just emote for a bit.
Far too late. She will never forgive me.
How long has this new hack thing been released? What, you mean perspicacity or the actual different type of hack console? Because those are 2 different answers. Both of which are say, go look at the wiki for which one you're asking about.
Burn the sickness out of him if I have to.
Spaghetti saying, am I the only one who likes new hacking consoles? No, you're not the only one. I don't know exactly who the list of people is who like them, or dislike them, or don't really have an opinion on them one way or the other, but you are definitely not the only one. To genuinely believe that would be utter naivety. It's the only hack you like? Fair dude. Fair. There we go. Alright. Mission wrapped up. On to the next one. Yeah, despite spy missions being spy missions, they give a lot less affinity than just, you know, Xmas mass murder. Or X-mass murder. Just 3 hyperactive monkeys on a landing pad? Yeah. Yeah, it's a reasonable way to live life. The next one is excavation, so I'm going to switch up the weaponry for that. Yep. Let's switch over to the Amprex. Let's switch over to Frosticles. With the Tau Forge casting speed, because sure, why not? And yeah, that should do. That should do what we need it to. Let's go. You can get focus in various ways. Eidolons are just one option. Alright, let's see. What's everyone bringing us this one? So we got a Gar, we got Nova, and is Zom going Rhino? Zom probably will be going Rhino. Zom does like Rhino at the moment. Yeah. Cool. Pay it path. Okay. I hope that was worth the rename. Let's get ourselves on in here. Here we go.
Plazul's project is consuming huge amounts of cryotic.
I'll be honest, of all the endless missions that the Archon hunts bring up, the excavation one is probably my favorite. Mostly because it allows me to demonstrate that Frost does have a place. Despite a lot of people trying to claim otherwise, Frost most certainly has a place. Now we do need to get started with him, and that does require energy orbs to exist, so that I can start actively using his abilities. Because I did not bring Zeneric.
We need another power cell for the excavator.
So anytime the game wants to drop an energy orb will be nice. Literally anytime soon. There we go, finally. There we are. Energize them procs, and now I've got the energy I need. The reason that's so important, that allows me to use the 4th ability, freeze enemies, strip their armor, easy kills, every day. How else that dropped around here, but I didn't see where it is. I think someone might have just picked it up as I went looking for it. Do I have an Assimilate Nyx build? Yes I do. Yes. Look at this. Frozen, armor stripped, easily taken out. And of course I've got the Amprex for chaining, just to have that even extra benefit. Dark and Pilot Ribbons can be a bit of a challenge, but once you know what you're doing, you can get through them. It just takes preparation and handling. You know, Warframe is a game to be cheesed, after all. If you try to do it with your bog standard same old stuff, yeah, you're gonna struggle. But if you actively look to bring something designed for it, well, they're easily enough handled. You just gotta work with what you got. Alright, we've got one excavator down. We're taking this one by one, just to not lose any along the way, really. I think it's easier overall for this squad to just focus on them bit by bit. I know it's faster to go through and do multiple excavators, but at this level of play, they tend to just explode. If you don't have proper defense focus on it, they just explode. That power cell is not close. But we don't need more right now, so I can wait. If your Tigris builds are no longer one-shotting the Gargan pilots, you may have broken your build somehow, or you're just going into the wrong level of mission, because it should still work. Mostly depends on the level of mission you're selecting. I don't believe the Tigris has been that nerfed. Come on, fall apart, thank you. Oh, hang on. I did not realize stuff had snuck into here. I thought Ellie had that side. That's unfortunate. I see some people went across to another excavator as well, so that reduces the amount of support we have in one area. And like I said, that leads them blown up. Unless we are hardcore focused on keeping them alive, that just leads them blown up. It's okay, Elio. You were still holding the fort. It's fine. Let's pop over here. Bubble up. Freeze the area. I'll just focus a little bit more on those freezers, because we are evidently going to need them. Of course, freezing, adding to the armor strip, adding to the overall. Screw these enemies approach. Yeah, I get it, Striker, I get it. If someone says, why not use one thing when you could use another? It more comes down to why shouldn't you use something, you know? Anyway, that one's all done.
Of my mother, flame devoured. Behold me.
Because, like,
Limbs of my children.
if someone was asking the difference between, Wukong and Ivara and Loki for spy missions, take your pick. They're all very good at spy missions. Wukong is probably the fastest, but they're all very good. However, if someone's like, yeah, I use Hydroid for my spy missions, they're like, why? What are you gaining from Hydroid that you can't gain elsewhere? What benefits does Hydroid bring to a spy mission? So, there are some answers which are wrong answers. But by and large, just take an answer that is an actual answer rather than a meme. Or if you're going for a meme, don't expect other people to be okay with it. I'm just holding on to this power cell for now. I know I've got the Amprex on me, but I just not die there. It's fine. I mean, Latum is still absurdly powerful, so, you know. Easy wins right there. Alright, let's go get this next one activated. Oh, Longshot, how you doing? And we're on location. Pop a new bubble. Accidentally cast just as that thing activates. Yep, that was unfortunate. Grab the power cell. Nope. I didn't need it. I thought we did. Ow. Fire. Hydra is the only Warframe can hide in a puddle. I mean, sure. I don't see what value that has. But, sure. This could do a recharge. Let's re-up that. There we go. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, that's part of why we'll be looking at Yareli today, is because Hydra is in a bad spot. Yareli has been updated multiple times over now, and when you spend the time and effort to update a frame to make them potentially more interesting and more worthwhile to play, it's worth having a look to see, okay, so how does it actually play then? Do we enjoy this more now? Whereas if we didn't actively have a look at the updates and try them out, then why would DE bother, you know? So by giving Yareli a fair chance on today's stream, we bring ourselves closer to having Hydroid get reworked. And that's what we're looking for, I suppose. I know I would look forward to a significant improvement to Hydroid. He certainly is overdue it. Oh. Blow is having some trouble here. Let's get you on your feet. Do not need you exploding. I just saw a face laser aimed at someone there. Hope they managed to dodge that. There we are. Area secured. Defense engaged. Something obliterated you? It was probably a face laser. Yo! Avgard? Is that Avgard? Avgard? I think it's Avgard. I'm gonna go with that. Thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. If I butchered your name, I do apologise. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely new blue badge. Oh. Cheers. Didn't really need to cast that fourth there, but sure, why not? Let's just refreeze this area, make sure everything here is... Ooh, okay, something hit me hard. I'm saying, make sure everything here is not being a problem. I'll grab the power cell. We should probably let this die. Nah, I want the extra cryotic. That's not it. Big damn heroes. Maximize our value from this mission. I did not mean to cast my one there. We've got this mission on pretty good lockdown. Like, the enemies are spawning, it's just not doing anything for them. Yeah, that's the one benefit Hydroid has, is that Hydroid is easier to get than Korra. But then you could also farm Necros even easier than you can farm Hydroid. And Necros just has greater overall application, not just as a loot frame. Nope, we are leaving. Let's go. Yep, roll in here. It's kind of surprising just how quickly you can get a hold of Necros, compared to what Necros is capable of. Ow! No! No! Do not double tap. Ow. Knocked out, and then he waits for my shield gate and hits me again. Whew. I'm alive. It's all good. Alright, one more mission to go on the Archon hunt today.
Protect the remaining dig sites.
Apparently we've got active excavators elsewhere. Sure.
Excavator destroyed.
Why not?
Protect the remaining dig sites.
So yeah, just one more to go. Hey, I got most kills. How does Frost end up with most kills? I'm Frost. Riddle me that one, chat. Most kills, most damage. Frost. Yeah, okay. It is a decar cop, it is prediction time. Let's get up and running. For those of you who missed it from the Sortie, you can at least do it now for the Archon hunt. What reward do you think we're going to get alongside the Archon shard from today's Archon hunt? Is it going to be another NASA sculpture? Is it perhaps going to be a Archon reactor this time? Who knows? If you think you know, make your prediction. If you don't think you know, make your prediction anyway. Why not? Go for it. Click the blue spanner icon at the bottom of your chat window and throw it in there. You believe in the Kuva? Fair do. Let me just switch up all of my loadout. Catch Moon, there we are. Grab Satellite. Play Prime, set to Corrosive. Anairu. Yeah, Anairu's the right pick here. And Revi on the Zata Whisper. Yep, that is all correct. Beautiful. I'm going to defang carrier, just be certain. Something about it just makes me feel like I need to defang it. 5k for Endo is risky. Did someone put 5k on Endo? Let's yell. Who is that? Spartan God. 5,000 spanners put onto Endo. I mean, fair enough. That's putting money where your mouth is. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay then. Well, I mean, look at that chat. There's quite a few extra spanners up for grabs on that one. 5,000 on an option, which is not at all guaranteed. Someone else has joined you on that as well. So it's not just you on the Endo option there, Spartan. You've lost 30k on Endo. Oh, wow. That is... if it weren't for the fact that spanners are completely free and otherwise a meaningless point in the system, I'd be concerned for you, Spartan God. But as you just said, you don't gamble real money, so it's fine. Yeah, these are just fun points for the heck of it that also might potentially get you VIP or a postcard. Whatevers. Legendary Core paid off once for someone. That is true. Yep, Legendary Core did indeed happen not too long ago. The fabled Legendary Core is a thing. Let's get cracking, shall we? Let's blap this Archon and move on from there. I look forward to that code fix that will allow us to once again aim glide cast, though. I am definitely looking forward to that being sorted out. All those kills, only one headshot. Pathetic. There we are, that's another headshot. I mean, kills are the more important thing than the headshots, but I should be better. God, they flinch so randomly. There we are. I should be better at landing the headshots. Hello, Boreal. I have a gun. Would you like to see it? Okay. It took a lot of random other shots first there, but sure, we made it. Not sure what hit it at first there, but it wasn't a one-shot. Thanks for the one-shot vid. Love showing off to people who can't do it alone. It is nice to have, isn't it? Like, for those who still have yet to discover that it's possible, they think, just see someone come in and blap, gone. Like, what? How did you do that? Well, I watched this little video by a man called me. Oh dear. Alright. I think I might be alone on going over this one, that's fine. I got the gear. Well, that was easy. They just collapsed there. That was a house of cards. I only sparingly use the whole source me thing when it comes to Warframe, but I'd like to say that I'm at a point where that is a reliable source to use now, chat. Ah, that's nice to hear, Ronald. Always good to share your sources, absolutely. Appreciate it. Alright, we are good to head on through. Make sure I got some multi-shot. Would like to get some damage checks along the way as well. I'd like to, but it looks like they're dead. Yo, can you look at me? I need to shoot your head. Oh, I actually hit the head with that one. Huh. I thought his armor would be in the way, honestly. Imagine being reported for one shot in the Archon. I don't think anyone's dumb enough to do that. God damn it. God damn it. Look at this mess. Alright. At least we've got the grab satellite here to work through these. There we go. Now I'll work on the other one. Stop not hitting the head. Who is shooting it anywhere other than the head with a one-shot weapon? We managed to kill it there, but that's 3 times I've watched that happen, this one mission. Someone is shooting too quickly and not aiming. Get better. I will call you out. I literally have a guide on how to do this correctly. Once I can understand. 3 times? 3 times is too much. Potential sabotage? I think it's just trigger happiness. You don't need to be the first person to fire. If someone else shoots and one-shots it, that's a good thing. It's one shot. What mission is this? This is the Archon hunt. I remember someone asked me from the real Kenji because I had your glyph equipped. Why would someone believe it just on the glyph, Korokop? That's weird. Wow. Okay. Alright, well, we got a Tau Forge shard, so that's nice. 20% chance. Drops it anyway. And Exless Warframe adapter. Does shooting it not in the head make it harder? Yes, because shooting in the head, you'll get a massive damage boost, which its damage adaptation doesn't account for. You get triple damage for shooting an enemy in the head in the first place, and then your critical bonus is also doubled for any critical hits. So if you would have had a, say, 4 times multiplier, you have an 8 times multiplier on the headshot. So you put that together, triple the damage and double the crit, you get 6 times more damage. Headshot is definitely the way to go. Can I show the shotgun mods for that? I can show you in a guide I have on how to one-shot an Archon. Berkso, you'd be better off looking at the whole guide. So head on over to YouTube, The Kengineer, how to one-shot an Archon. I got you the entire guide to cover it from top to bottom. Did no one guess Exless? No one? I've been over this, chat. I've been over this. There are 10 options, and there are more than 10 of you here in the chat. Really? Absolutely no. There were 2 options unpicked. You Muppets. You Muppets. Leaving options on the table there. You know what? No. We've had these long enough. We've had these long enough. I'm going to just take those points away. I'm giving that to the Exless adapter, which means no one wins it. If you voted, you voted. But if any of you didn't vote, you threw away points there. Absolutely chucked them away. Ah, dear, dear. Nope. Into the ether those ones go. Into the ether. Alrighty then. Well, that is a Tau Forge Azure Shard, which I'm sure I'll use at some point. Eventually. Maybe. There are uses for it, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of uses, I just need to get around to deciding to do so. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of shards in Lavos, but I've not gone for the towels on him. I don't feel he really needs them. He doesn't need the towels, but I'll figure out where to put them at some point. In any case, Flo, Eliu, Zom, thank you for joining in on the Archon hunt. That is all wrapped up. Alright. With that aside, I do want to grab something else very quickly here. Let me just switch my screens around so you'll be able to see this proper and get a hold of it. I'm going to say use Tau Blue for energy when I don't want to run flow. Exactly, yeah. That's what the blue shards are best at, is giving you energy maximum so you can remove the flow mod. Pretty much that is the biggest use for them. The second biggest use would be for armor, or for adding in a little bit of health regen to a frame which otherwise lacks health regeneration. Those are the top uses for the blue shards. Shields? No. Health? No. Don't do those. Just don't. As I say, maybe Frost, he has low energy max and you keep bringing him Archon hunts. It's not a problem of energy max on him because I've run an efficient Frost. I'll just show you the go-to Frost build I have there. In order for him to be effective, he needs to be efficient with the setup I have because he's not taking damage, he's not got energy generation. And so I've got 160% efficiency. And I have Arcane Energize. Frost's issue isn't having maximum energy. Frost's issue is not having enough energy at the start to just get cracking. So for him, he'd need Amber Shards, not the Azure ones. But yeah, here's a thing on that one. It's a thing. Use 3 armor, Tau Forge, and then 3 armor, and then a Tau Forged health on Unitas. Fair do, chop. Fair do. Anyway, let me bring up this thing I was looking at. One moment. Because I forgot to open this ahead of the stream because I only have 1 brain with 3, maybe 4 brain cells in there. I make mistakes. Where is it? There we go. I'm looking around my webcam, not my webcam, my microphone, because it's in the right place. For me, Wolf. There it is. Okay. So chat. I have a while ago. This is a while ago I made this. Also, get ready for flashbang. You're about to have a very bright screen because the YouTube is bright. So 3, 2, 1, flashbang. A while ago I made this. Where to start when you're new to Warframe? Because with YouTube Shorts, it's not something I've really explored much before now. There are a couple shorts on my channel before anyone gets uppity about starting shorts. Too late, already done it. There are a couple shorts on my channel. If you didn't know about that, YouTube just figured that you don't care about shorts, so don't worry about it. Now we got that point out of the way, what I want to do actually is just simply play this for y'all and see what you think. Because I've been sat on this one for a while, not sure if I wanted to actually put this out and didn't want it to get in the way of bits and pieces and uploads and whatnot. So, very simply, I'll give you a run of it. And I want to know what you think. I'm going to give it a refresh though so it starts from the very first millisecond. Let's kill the music in the background as well. Whilst we have it, I am slightly blocking the view but not enough to care. So that's fine with me. Warframe is a sci-fi looter shooter game. Once you've cleared the tutorial quest though, it can be unclear what to do next. These would be my top priorities for new players. Number 1, unlock as many planets as you can. By clearing paths across a planet, then unlocking and defeating a junction, you open up more planets. More planets means more types of loot and resources you can get. Number 2, complete available quests. Quests can unlock new tools, activities and whole planets for you. Number 3, complete new missions. Each new mission gives mastery points, and completing a whole planet allows you to passively farm resources from it using an extractor drone. Number 4, farm resources. Warframe uses gear-based leveling, so upgrading your gear is a priority. Repeatedly run missions to get resources for new weapons and frames, or to get the endo to upgrade your mods. And finally, number 5, do not go straight to the plains of Eidolon. Not only are the enemies there much higher level than you're ready for day 1, if you're going at night time, some of them are outright invulnerable. Save this area for later. Warframe is a sci-fi looter shooter game. And there you have it. Very simple, for new players, for those who are not already engaged with Warframe as a thing. I open it to the floor. That being you lot. Anyone not familiar with that phrase. What do you think? Sneak preview of a short for a Warframe. The idea I have here is that if you already engage with Warframe, you're probably watching longer videos, whereas people who may be wanting to look for Warframe content or not yet aware that there is Warframe content worth grabbing onto on YouTube, that's where the shorts may come in. That's where the shorts may come in. I'll be honest, the vertical format is a pain in the ass for games. It really is. But hey, I think I've made the best of it. Tactic Mania really selling their sentence here by just saying, I like short. No wasted part of that sentence right there. Not even extraneous punctuation. Just, I like short. I mean, if that isn't the most self-defining sentence, I don't know. Solid way of giving simple directions without delving too deep, getting confusing. That's exactly the idea, yeah. That's exactly the idea. Have something very simply. Welcome to Warframe. Here's what you can look at. You want to know more? Now you know what you're talking about. Go. Grab and move on, because that's what shorts are. It's the pinnacle of digestible content, which is slightly painful, just slightly, but also allows covering smaller topics. Or things that are best to just cut up. Critique, the modding mention is a bit jarring. Is there a way to smooth that bit? The modding bit. Okay, there's one downside of the shorts player is that it doesn't have the play feed. Can I take this to just a normal video feed? Like if I go like that and then do that. Warframe is a sci-fi looter shooter game. You can get around it being just a shorts player, chat. You can. It's the same video link, you just churn it into a proper one. Yo, Flow Thoughts, thank you very much for switching over from Prime to a tier 1 sub. I mean, it's basically the same sub, all the same. Flow, thank you very much for resubscribing. Oh. Cheers. Alright, She's saying
Number
about
2,
the
complete
modding bit.
available quests.
Complete
On its
quest.
four, each new mission to passively
Missions.
farm a drone. Number 4, farm resources. Warframe uses
What did I say
gear-based
about the
leveling,
modding bit?
so upgrading your gear 8 new missions. 3 points.
Complete
It
missions.
allows you to passively farm resources from it using an extractor drone. Number 4, farm resources. Warframe has many planets for new players.
Okay.
Number 1, unlock as many.
Yeah, I said unlock planets,
available.
complete
Number 3,
quests,
each new mission resources from it.
Get
gear-based
resources.
Run missions to new missions.
Number 4. Okay. Number 4, which is
Just Warframe
Upgrade.
uses gear. 4, farm resources. Warframe uses gear-based leveling, so upgrading your gear is a priority. Repeatedly run missions to get resources for new weapons and frames, or to get the endo to upgrade your mods. And finally, number 5,
what's the problem there? I'll be honest, that's the least active of any of the points, so I'm struggling as to what's the jarring bit. Because this isn't aimed at someone who has never heard of Warframe before. Because the idea
Warframe is a
someone who's
sci-fi looter
just
shooter
got
game.
into it.
Once you've cleared the tutorial quest though, it can be unclear what to do next.
As I said with the intro there, that is aimed straight at someone who is at that point of, I mean, I got into Warframe, what the fuck am I supposed to do? That's the aim. It's not aimed at people who are well established and already understand the circuit and the gameplay loop, and it's not aimed at people who goes, what's a Warframe? Which does make it a bit niche, but yeah. That's kind of the idea. Flo saying, but it's 6 months now. Flo? 6 months? Says, unless my thing's not working, it says you're on 3 months, or what am I looking at there? Frame moving to the right border of the screen was weird. I mean, unless you... I'm not sure exactly which bit specifically you're talking about, but the point is that it's vertical player for a horizontal game. That is a limitation of it. Oh, you subscribe for the next 6 months. Okay, I don't know why Twitch didn't tell me about that. Flo then, in which case, thank you very much for the 6 month sub. Or 6 month sub ahead, I suppose. Oh. Cheers. Alright, well, that is the wrap up on the short there, basically. That's the whole thing too. I mean, it's a short thing, it's only 59 seconds long. How much is there really to talk about? I have been holding on to this to see what was going on with the whole YouTube Shorts section of stuff, because they had updated things in February, at the start of February, about how they were delivering them, monetizing them, that whole process. So I may set that one live in the near future. Now you know what to expect on that one. But as and when, obviously it's not aimed at those of you who are already here enjoying everything. Ray saying, from a fresh look perspective, your mention of endo for your mods feels like you're skipping a mention of something you're about to give another sense of explanation, then it jumps to number 5. Feels like I'm skipping. Bear in mind, this is already 59 seconds. You literally cannot make as long as short. But okay.
Getting your gear is a priority. Repeatedly run missions to get resources for new weapons and frames, or to get the endo to upgrade your mods. And finally, number 5.
So Ray, you were saying that listening to that, it makes you feel like I'm about to give another sentence of explanation. I don't hear it. Quite frankly, I don't hear it. Just out of curiosity, why did I decide not to upload it? It is uploaded, it's just not been made live, as I've been holding on to it basically to put it live when I felt was an appropriate time to do so, if I even wanted to put it live. Brand new player may not understand what endo is. I think they're saying, well, the tutorial gives you mods. It starts you on, hey, you have mods, here are mods. And a lot of players, they get to that point of going, okay, so I need more mods. Rather than the correct answer, which is, no, you need to upgrade your mods. So go get this endo thing. That's specifically what I'm targeting there. If you're expecting this 15-second, is it? No, it's not even 15 seconds, like 6-second section to go into detail as to what a mod is and what an endo is, that's never going to work. You have to remember this is a short, not a Kenjnir brand guide, as you might be remembering everything else on the channel like. Come on. if we head on over to my channel here, how long do I spend talking about just getting endo? Where was that one? Where was that one? Well, it shows my thumbnail game needs to improve on that one. There it is. Yeah, I need to put a big fat ball of endo on that. I spend nearly 10 minutes just talking about the best ways to get endo. Let alone what it's for and where to use it and why to use it and how to use it, yada yada. That could be in another shorter another time. But to fit it into when you're new, you have no idea what to do. Here's the list of things to do. Ask. I'm not sure what the criticism is here otherwise, Ray. If it's not, hey, you don't actually go into a full engineer guide. Which I know you love, Ray. You do ask for some of the most complicated topics in the entire goddamn game. For those of you who don't know, it was Ray who posted the suggestion of asking about, where was it? It's further down here. Here we go. Accuracy. Yeah, he's watched that one and enjoyed the horrifying revelations in-game about how accuracy is just absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Are you able to put video flags on shorts? Video flags, what are video flags? You gotta remember, Ray. It sounds like you have never watched a short, Ray. I'll be quite honest. It does sound like you've never watched a short, because this is it. I had to forcibly open up the watch player for the short to get even this bar to control it. A short is maximum 60 seconds of a vertical player, automatically playing, no rewind, it loops automatically, and then you just move on. Digestible. So I'm not sure what video flag you expect to have happen. What you mean, first of all, by video flag? I think you might be meaning the cards that pop up top right. But they definitely don't appear on shorts, if that's what you mean. It's gotta be tiny. I would show you other examples of shorts. Actually, I can show you other examples of shorts. I have other examples. I was about to say I would show you others, but I can't because other people's stuff is their own copyright, but I can actually show you these.
So if you played the new War Quest, you're probably familiar with this track, 01MAR. So how do you like the ability to play that inside your orbiter between missions? Well, it turns out it's easy enough to get. You just head on over into the plains of Eidolon. Open up your map, mark this spot here to the west of Hex Stiletto, and head on over in your Archwing. It's a very short journey from the entrance from Cetus. Once you get over here, look for this big arch. Underneath it, you'll find the Soma Cord. Give that one a quick little scan, and you'll have unlocked yourself the 01MAR track, which you can now use in your orbiter at any time you want. It really is just that simple. So if you play,
and that's a short for you. That is a short in a nutshell. If anything, that gives a bit of extra time to it that doesn't need to be there necessarily. But that's it. That's a short for you. That's a short format. They have to be short, they have to be sweet. There are a bunch of people in the comments on this one, funnily enough. Like, oh, did you know that you can also go do it in Fortuna? I'm like, yes. It's a short. It's a short, not an extensive guide on all Soma Cords ever. But yeah. Had to go for a bit. Also, thanks to that track kit, and I'll use those vibes for my orbiter. There we are then. Some people have got that benefit straight away. Playful and armor always in the background, even in missions. A lot of people like to pick it up, yeah. A lot of people do like to pick it up. So that's why I figured I'd make a short of that one. It was a short, simple thing that a lot of people didn't know about, but wanted to know about. Right, we'll go find somebody on the plains in the drift. A few things trying to eat you in the plains. To each their own, really. To each their own. Bait engagement by not saying things. I would never... Yes, I kind of... I would never... bait engagement by allowing things to be there to be talked about. Why would any YouTuber ever bait? Of course I leave something left to be talked about from time to time. I would be an idiot not to. I'll say, if you're going to make informative shorts, always make sure to intentionally get a small detail wrong and or miss a bit of information. It drives engagement as people can't not comment. There is that. I mean, 2 of you have already now commented about the commenting process. 2 of you who have never commented before, Twitch tells me. So there we are. It's working. Welcome to the channel. I'm an idiot. So I'm going to prefer planes because I'm allergic to corpus. How does one allergic to corpus? Are you communist? It's the closest I can think of. Spartan God confirmed communist. By being both Spartan and God. How does that work? Top 10 things that religion can't explain. Yeah, Ray suggested the accuracy video, the stealth video, and also Spectres, which I have backshelved for a very long time. The research on Spectres is just completely ruined. That research we did has been thrown out. It's been thrown out by the changes to armor stripping. It's been thrown out to changes which Spectre abilities some Spectres have. It's been thrown out to changes to how Spectres handle ammunition. And their further AI has also changed based on how you're acting, which leads to even more weird stuff. The Spectres bit, after all that mind ache, has been destroyed. So I've just put that one completely to the back. It's a mess. And it's a mess that, frankly, I just don't want to touch. Instead, let's touch something else. Let's bring about Yareli. Unfortunately, this is that particular Yareli. The one with the triple umbral. I think I took it out in Arcane for testing at some point earlier as well. Probably for testing something whilst on Merlina. Yeah. Let's get the music back on as well whilst we're at it. There we are. At least not making me cover enemy accuracy. There's nothing to cover there. Enemies both are and are not accurate. That's how that works. Cheers, Ray. A fixed blessing on Marina? I mean, I needed it. Yeah. Arcane Doubleback? Ah, yes, Chocolate Eager. That was it. Arcane Doubleback. We were testing that one, weren't we? And we discovered that it mostly doesn't work on Marina. So, yeah. Triple Umbral, talk about burning rare resources. They're not that rare. I mean, I've got 18 Umbral Former lying around. They're not that rare, chat. I still have plenty more normal Former than Umbra, but still, they're not that rare. I also do have an Aura Former underneath the Corrosive Projection. Yeah, if I just, wrong thing. Added evidence right there. It's a thing. You have 2 Umbrals in the last 3 months? Yeah, fair do. That sounds about reasonable. That sounds about reasonable. We get an Umbral form on the dev stream in a few days. That's that too. Yeah, I'm not going to waste that on to Yareli. Yareli's got enough Umbrals. Yareli has reached maximum Umbralage. She doesn't need any more. She never needed 1, but she definitely doesn't need any more. Does armor still give damage reduction when an ability gives damage reduction? Yes. Yeah, all damage reduction options, unless explicitly stated, multiply against each other. So, if you've got the armor here, like I've got the armor here giving me near enough 50% damage reduction, and then Merlina gives me 90% damage reduction, my total damage reduction is 95%. Or in this case, 94.93% damage reduction. They all multiply together. Why did I put all that on Yareli? So each one of these is a level 5 hype train. That's a level 5 hype train, and that one is, and that one is, and that one is. And there are a couple others. Yes. So there was on, I believe, Hildren. I believe Hildren got the boost. I think it was an Aura Former. I keep clicking Orban today. Yeah. Yeah, there was an Aura Former put into Hildren due to level 5 hype train. And then we've got the Bone Widow has been formed 4 times thanks to hype trains. Yeah. A level 5 hype train happens, and that happens. It is painful to look at. But there we are, which means that officially Yareli has more Umbral Formers than anything else I own. Even my Lavos only has, I believe, 2 Umbrals in him. Yeah, only 2 Umbrals in Lavos. Yeah. Yeah, hype train is hype pain. That's how it works out. You've somehow got more Umbral formers than regular formers. Well, impressive. That's a weird one. Alrighty then. So let's have a look with Yareli. Already mentioned, she's now got 90% damage reduction rather than 75% Marlena, so that is definitely a positive for her. We've got the Sea Snares, we've got Aqua Blades, we got Riptide. All bits and pieces to look at. Riptide's range, something I want to get a feel for. Aqua Blades obviously doesn't have a range. Marlena, we don't mod the strength on Marlena's damage reduction, which is an interesting thing. Not many damage reduction abilities have non-strength modded by the looks of it. I assume that is strength modded, so let me quickly test that assumption. I just take that off, overextended. Yeah, so Marlena is always 90% damage reduction, even if you've got low strength. Interesting. That is definitely something to consider there. Obviously, Marlena's health goes down, but you can potentially get around that. Marlena Guardian. I need to rank this one up and see how it works. Wrong button. Let's have a look at that ornament real quickly. Isn't Nezra also a flat 90%? I can't remember, but probably yes. I think so. Yeah. Anyway, Marlena Guardian. Marlena Augment. Enemies eliminated during Sea Snares heal 20% of Marlena's health. Upon healing, gain plus 200% reload speed and fire rate on secondary weapons. Is this modified? Yes. So the heal rate also goes down with strength. Interesting. Whereas the fire rate and reload seem to be static. Ah, okay. The fire rate and reload are static. Interesting. You can recast Marlena at any time. True. Yeah. And does Marlena gain hit points based on incoming damage on cast? I think that's a thing. Hold on. Let's give that a whirly-durly. Let's have a look.
You are a true hunter.
I can't remember if it's exactly a thing, so I just want to double check. If it does, it usually says on the ability tooltips. I'm just going to test. I'll be honest, I've come across enough tooltips that are confusing, misleading, or just obnoxious that I'll just check. It's easier. It's easier. Let's not spawn the Goxar. They spawn turrets and they annoy me. Here we are then. Yeah, it did give extra hit points there. It did give extra hit points. Yeah, look at that. It's 10,000. Even though I've got really low health on it, it's originally, or really low strength. It's just like, nah, we're fine. And then we just get the damage reduction. And of course we can just BM them. You're getting melted. I mean, this is not very strong because it's a very low strength build, but it's getting there. Well, she tried to put her foot down, but we just put her down. Really curious if Yareli is low-key good. That's exactly what we're looking at, basically. Alright, let's drop the overextended, go back to the full umbral, because it's stupid, so why not?
Not the jellyfish girl.
This isn't the jellyfish girl, this is the lily pad, the depressed lily pad. The jellyfish is Avara. But Tilly, thank you very much for resubscribing, now at 1 full year. You're on the full pot, Tilly. Really do appreciate that. Oh. Cheers indeed. Alright. Let's bring out the heavy gunner again. This time I've now got the enhanced strength. Just letting the shots pile onto me there. And yeah, all that extra strength has only doubled the amount of health I've got there, because basically I was just added on the health and the strength. We don't get extra conversion for more strength. And now if I do this, how much quicker is this now? I mean, that's chunking. Yeah, that's Umbral for you. Interesting question here. I've just got up to 22k health. Hold on. Hold on. Idea in question and whatnot. Let's have a ganders. I'm going to drop their level down just for testing purposes. So let's see. I'm on 13,000 health. Okay. No, I must have just misviewed that. It looked like it gave me more health than Marion started with, but no, that's not the case. Never mind. Yareli is just limbo with Aquablades? Fair enough. I'm stuck. Jazz hands! Yeah, okay. We've now created the Yareli shower. You've heard of Yareli bathwater. This is the Yareli shower. Step on in, folks. Give your Warframe that lovely Yareli sheen. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Can we get Operator in on this action? Oh, Operator's gonna love this. There we go. Yeah, nice proper Warframe shower. That is so cursed. Ah, the aesthetics of this goddamn frame. I swear down. I just finally a use for Yareli, yeah. When you finish testing things in the simulacrum, just wash yourself off under a good Yareli shower. Yareli shower is on the same level of Gemosity. It's right up there, isn't it? Yeah. It's right up there. Hydrate. Of all the times to redeem a hydrate. No. That is cursed hydrate right there. Oh, she's really stuck, isn't she? This is certainly one of the bugs of all time. I don't even know how I've managed this. I've landed around here multiple times, but this time Come on, jump up with that. Come on. Come on up right now. God damn it. Hey! Come on! Just climb. Bro, you can leap like 4 feet into the air. Just grab the goddamn ledge. Whatever. Ah! I give up. I give up. Ugh. Just looking for a step frame. Oh good god. Oh dear. Ravenwater was nowhere near as hard as the wiki comments made it out to be. Oh yeah, just loads of people like to complain about K-Drive. I'm one of them. I like to complain about K-Drive, but it's not actually that difficult. I've done the quest twice over. There we are. Let's put an end to that. Is it recreatable? Can I? What do I? How did I? I made it too snippy now. There we are. Yeah, it's easily recreated. Yeah, easily recreated. Okay, well. We'll just whip it round now. Watch me whip, watch me spray, something like that anyway. Operator needs a grappling hook. Ah, that could be an interesting thing for Drifter. Operator as the dash, Drifter as a grappling hook. Anyway, screwing around. We need to be having a look as to what Yareli can do that isn't fan service. Because, well, she's always been that, hasn't she? Let's look more at the actual war in this Warframe. Manual of Science. Yeah, this is definitely a certain category of science right now, isn't it? It's not sure it's one that would go onto our science. There might be a more appropriate subreddit. We're all the same. Let's have a look then. So, strength gives us a lot more on the Aqua Blades. Does strength do anything for Riptide? It gives it more on the damage and damage per second. Damage increase per enemy is a flat 50%, however. Okay. Sea Snares goes up, it's a damage vulnerability, so loads of strength is a good idea. We do get more damage out of it. Can I test something on Yareli for you? Says for what? What are we testing? What are we testing? Not the most useless thing in Warframe, could be Hydroid. I mean, Hydroid is definitely the most useless Warframe. There's no competition on that. You've got all the best frames at the top, you got all the good frames in the middle, you got all the questionable frames down below, and then you scroll, and you're like, is there something wrong with this webpage? It's just scrolling, and then suddenly you come across Hydroid. Right, yes. Deeper down the list than the bloody Mariana's Trench. Give you already a tactical nuke to get changed. Miss when Cross completely strip and Hydroid was relevant. Yeah. I mean, Hydroid was still struggling even then. But yeah, Yareli has had some buffs. The most main thing, Tilly, is that Merlina, 90% damage reduction. Kind of big deal. Alright, I think going with the Umbral setup here, kind of stupid because you don't need the armor. But let's give it a whirl in a proper mission. Let's see how it actually feels in a proper mission using the bonus here that we have from Merlina Guardian. So that is additional fire rate and reload speed when we kill an enemy which has sea snares active on it. Yeah. Need sea snares. Sea snares. Oh god, so many bloody things this frame. We need sea snares on the seashore to work with Merlina. God damn. So I'm saying, I've heard the damage vulnerability works on sea snares even if the target doesn't get crowd control. Could I try it on Xmas? Yeah. Let me go back and try that real quick. I would be fairly certain it does work like you're suggesting. Like 99% certain, but let's just triple check. Fully stacked Umbral, not even 300 armor. Yep. Yareli shouldn't be armor tanked. Really shouldn't be armor tanked. This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna need to get another Yareli if I ever do a guide on her. That's how bad of an idea it is. I can't have that in the guide. Like, there'll probably just be a 5-second segment at the end of any such guide, if I get around to it, that just says, don't do this. Alright then, Xmas unit. Let's grab ourselves an Arid Trooper Xmas. Yep, that'll do just lovely. Let's give them nice high levels. They got loads and loads and loads of that lovely overguard. Alright then. And grab satellite, that'll work just fine for testing. So, normal hit. Okay, loads of multi shots there. I'm hitting 23k. We pop on that. Their damage, they're being affected by it. Damage is 64k. There you are. Verified. Also, what was that damage calculation? It went from 23 to 64, but I was expecting more than that. Hang on. Alright, let's ask the wiki peeps. Let's ask the wiki because someone's going to have tested the numbers on this. Let's shortcut that whole process. Flashbang in 3, 2, 1. Flashbang. Damage vulnerability. How does that one work out? Steve says damage increase. No, we don't care about that. My damage vulnerability is damage vulnerability plus 100 times ability strength minus 1. Right, 3 max intensify. Oh yeah, because the strength bonus was only giving us partial increase. I didn't notice that, but good cash from them. But the vulnerability, how's it actually figured? Is it just straight up they should take that much more damage? In which case, why was that not what I saw? Yeah, it's just after any type bonuses, nothing else going on. Hold on. Something funky is going on here. Let's grab the testing foreman. Always good to have a testing foreman. Good, it's got no mods on it. Let's kill this guy, get a new one. Okay, nice and simple then. 500, 500, 500, 500. Yep, 500s as would expect. We activate this. 1385. 1385. It's definitely going up correctly. Alright, let's go. New guy. I've damaged that one. It's broken now. Oh, was I perhaps getting critical flow? Was that? Let's try then. So, shot. Wait. Oh, this one got affected by the bubbles as well. God damn it, Yareli. We're trying to test here. Get rid of your bubbles. Alright, let's try that again. I didn't even notice the next bubble just locked straight onto him. 23, 328. I activate this. 64619. That's wrong. That's not wrong. I just forgotten how math... I'm so tired. I know what I did there. I got a really bad night's sleep last night, chat. Not gonna lie. Really bad. The mathematics is absolutely fine there. My brain is farting so badly. I think I'm down to 1 brain cell. And it's too busy going, why are we playing Yareli? My bad. I just wasted all your time for nothing. Subscribe for more time wastage. No. Let's leave the simulacrum. Which is more useless, Hydroid or Blast damage? Blast damage can kill things. So, I mean, I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question. Alright then. Yes. Let's bring the Grab Satellite, because it's got a wide body projectile. It likes crits. So, Grab Satellite, which is a catch moon, should be a good pick. Should be a good pick. I do have a crit damage Riven as well, so I've got a nice juicy 6 times multiplier on this. Let's swap out Dexterity for Merciless. That'll do. That'll do. Got an Iron active here, which is supposedly increasing Warframe armor by 200. Of course, that never shows in the arsenal, does it? Yeah. So when I'm in a mission, of my armor, 200 is coming from Yareli. Sorry, no. My bad. 200 is coming from the operator. And how much is coming from this mod? 192. A full Umbral set, and I'm getting more armor from my operator than I am from the Umbral set. Armor mods do not scale very well in this game. I'm going to say, actually, armor mods need the reach treatment. For anyone who doesn't know, primed reach and normal reach, once upon a time, they were percentage based as well. They would increase the range of already long range weapons by a lot, and increase the range of very short weapons by sweet F all. So range mods used to be pretty damn polarized in that sense. And that's what we have with armor mods. It may be worthwhile for a change in that regard. Although I know that our resident Valkyr main here will be perhaps upset by that change. But how much armor do you need, Garugas? We've been over this. How much armor do you bloody well need? If anything, Garuga, this just allows you to do your Valkyr thing, but with more Warframes. But yeah, armor mods are pretty rough. Alternatively, to make things perhaps better, in a way that Garuga might be happy with, you see how this armor bonus is 192%, yet the health bonus 770%? What if the armor bonus was 770%? I mean, how devastating to the game would it be if Warframes could get 8 times their armor rather than 3 times their armor? I mean, it's not the biggest increase in armor, but everyone that uses armor would be quite happy about it. You know, Rhinos would love it, Nezhas would love it, Frost could even make use of it, I believe. You'd certainly have some happy Niduses and Inaruses, and you'd have some very happy Lavos mains and Valkyr mains. And anyone that dares to use the Umbral set on other Warframes actually gets an armor value out of it. In the case here of Yareli, if this was 770%, rather than us being on 292, gone up by 192, instead of us being on 292, we would end up on 870 armor. And that's actually a usable amount of armor, chat. And to remind you of the armor equation here, notepad! 870 armor, the way you work out the damage reduction from that, that is 870 divided by 300 more than that, 1170, which gives us a nice, lovely, stonking value of 74.4%. Which is still not ridiculous damage reduction. That's less than you can get from Arcane Doubleback. How much is a single orb on health conversion? It's 450 Dom. Yeah, 450. If we go health conversion, I can just show you. Yeah, it's 450. So one health orb from this mod, a 15 drain depolarity non-set mod, a single health orb on that, gives you over twice the armor that this full Umbral set is giving you, Yareli. Now let's swing it the other way. There are some frames who would seriously benefit from this. Let me just verify how stupid this idea is before I keep talking about it. Lavos. Lavos uses the full Umbral set. So I mean, what would the impact be there? Currently, that is adding on... Oh, we can ask Mel what is his base armor, but I'm currently adding on there. Let's see, 1991 minus 1125. It's 866 armor. So instead, we'll be adding on 3,464 armor. Okay. That would be quite a bit. Your parasitic armor Harrow would be over the moon. If anything, it would make parasitic armor less effective because you'd have more armor already. So you wouldn't need as much from parasitic armor, but you know. He would gain 3,464 rather than the current gain of 866. Which means the total armor on this Lavos, and bear in mind I have some Archon shards on him as well. The total armor on this Lavos would become 3,464 plus 1,125, 4,589. If we come back to this again, instead of 1,991, we would go up to 4,589. So that is a huge armor increase. There is no doubt about that. But what is the actual damage reduction change? Well, that would take us from 86.9% to 4,889 to 93.9%, which is a huge increase. Yeah, that is a huge increase. Let's put that in terms of damage taken. That means this one takes 13.1% damage, whereas this one takes only 6.1%. Effectively twice her health. We've doubled the health. Slightly more than double. That would be a bit of an insane increase. I don't know that Lavos needs that much, quite frankly. But at the same time, D could go over stuff and go, right, well, these really high armor frames, we don't need to give them as much armor, actually. If that's how they wanted to then scale the mods. If Steel Fiber gave 440% and Umbral Fiber gave 770%. Give Lavos more armor than your Railjack, what could go wrong? More armor than a Railjack. Oh, that's the title of the update. Or at least the subtitle of it. The Fiber update. More armor than a Railjack. I can see it. Sounds a bit strong. It will be a bit strong, yeah. I would say that if that change were to be brought in, if Umbral Fiber were to give you a max of 770% armor, normal Fiber 440% to bring into line with Vitality, then I would expect that the top-end frames for armor would also be reduced a bit to counteract that. But still, if you're investing a full Umbral set into health and armor, and then also some strength along the way, getting the returns for it seems fair to me. Getting the returns would seem fair to me. I don't believe that, Chocolate, no. Maybe D can buff the armor mod percentage, but also cap it with a flat value limit. I don't like flat caps. I strongly believe if you're able to invest into something, let the players invest into it. If you really have to cap things, it should only be where it breaks the game, not where, oh, but the players decided to invest even more. So like damage reduction, where it says you can't turn this damage reduction ability into 100%, like on Mesa, that's understandable to have a cap. But for armor, you can't get to 100% damage reduction. So to have a cap on it would be ridiculous. It would just shut down the ability to invest. The fact that armor has diminishing returns, in effect, scales itself. Armor soft caps around 95%. There's no soft cap, Garuga, no. There is no soft cap. There is a point at which you may as well invest into other things, yes, but that is not a soft cap. Those are two different things. That's about just optimization. I do think that kind of change, bringing down the base armor of some of the top-end armor frames, but then allowing all frames to actually get value out of the armor mods, that could be worthwhile to them. Revenant exists, why is armor on levels bad? Yeah, exactly, Tom, yeah. Revenant exists. Revenant and that new augment exists. Let's not forget that it's not just Revenant now, it's Revenant and everyone around him exists. A bit more armor to make a full Umbral set a little bit less of a waste of a slot. Not unreasonable. Not unreasonable. I don't like what saying. I forget the term for it, but infinite series of every decreasing values adds up to a whole. Not sure exactly what you mean there. Converging, asymptotic, but that's more on a graph. Not sure exactly where you're going with that one, Ideal, sorry. Revenant uses energy to tank, armor is just there. There is that trade-off, yeah, there is that trade-off. Revenant does not use that much energy to tank, and also if Revenant's tank is infinite, armor is not infinite. Armor just gives a fixed damage reduction. It also doesn't stun enemies. It also only applies to health. Armor has quite a few alsos along the way. And not to forget, this is a full Umbral set, which started this whole conversation, still only giving 49.3% damage reduction on health alone. Yeah. So, let's give Yareli a whirl. We're going to take the grab satellite. We've got Onaru. We got Yareli. Umbral modded because damn you. Damn you all. Even those of you who weren't part of it, damn you anyway. We're all about equal damning here. At least in this case. Do I jump straight into that one? What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? I think I've got a corrosive modded catch moon, so it should be okay. Am I testing with a Foreman? No. This is a secondary base frame. I did choose Steel Path, right? Yeah, I did choose Steel Path. Slightly confused me there. Now they just instantly died. Oh. Oh wait, those enemies are down this way. My bad. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable, doesn't it? That does seem pretty reasonable to me. Did I just get a red crit? I did. Huh, nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Oh, I like it. Get rid of that guy. Don't like them. I am using up a bit of energy here, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more conservative. Now I've had my initial burst of fun, I need to make sure I'm not running out of energy. So I don't think I have Energize on this setup. Sideward dash, because otherwise I was about to drop into that pit. Navigating with Marlena is a bit of a challenge. But hey, what's game without a little bit of a challenge, I suppose. But I mean, so far so good. Ah, there's a test. I am out of energy, so that's a little bit of a problem. There we are. I now have a teeny tiny bit more energy. Let me use it immediately. I feel like Yareli's energy efficiency has always been an issue. I mean, she could be a case for Arcane Steadfast. That new one that gives you free casts every now and then. So long as you mod her on the assumption that it's not going to proc, when it does proc, things just go better for you. Although Energize is still going to be a better pick. Please home in on enemies, that'd be great, please. I know they're supposed to home in, but those ones did not home in, and that wasn't helpful. I might need to increase the range for more homing, if that's how it works. Oh, hey, at least they ran into that one. That gives them some free damage. Let's take out that bombard. Ooh, he nearly took me out. Accidentally knocking me off the edge. I've only had to do one cast of Marlena so far. I'm just bullying this guy. I mean, so far so good. Alright, we got violence. Oh, of course it's violence. Why is it always violence? This little ability sapping prick every time. Every time. Go away, I'm testing stuff. Every time it's violence when I'm trying to test something. I swear. This stupid silence hard counter to everything fun. Literally my least favourite attack line. My favourite when he dies. Otherwise, least favourite. The game chose violence. You know what? You're not wrong. Normally, I'd groan at that kind of poem, but with what we've just been through, you're not wrong. You can have that one. Yeah, I'm going to need more range. This is not grabbing enough enemies for the cast cost. Can I open the door? Oh, okay, we got off Marlena. I pressed X. Is X get off Marlena now? Excellent. Cool, I didn't need that energy. Yeah. That is a problem. Go to open a door, lose Marlena and whatever energy that cost. Could have used that in this fight. There we are. Yeah, that bit still annoys me, that Marlena doesn't just work with the environment. That you have to actively throw it away. Especially in Disruption. That just annoys me. I get it with Titania. But Titania is going into Archwing. It's tiny. But with Marlena? Come on. It's not even a drain ability. Just It could just be a K drive that just sits to the side. You know how you get off a normal K drive, it just sits there. Why can't it just sit there? Why did they have to code an entirely different way of using K drives? That bit I still haven't understood. What weapon is this? This is the catch move. It's a kick gun. Secondary version specifically. Yeah, that is a downside which you just have to work around, and having to work around a frame is not really ever an endorsement of otherwise anything positive. That was a juicy 250,000 hits. This was landing. I fell. Some of these tiles are a little bit anti-Yareli, not gonna lie. I mean, I've got the damage reduction. I don't need to focus as much on evasion. What if I just face tank through it? Can I just sit here and let them shoot me? I mean, I have got adaptation as well, so I am getting up to 99% damage reduction against certain damage types. Didn't Marilena go away when you went into operator mode? That has... Yeah, they did change that as well. Okay, I can use the operator for always. I'll have to remember that. Good reminder there, thank you. Yeah, the survivability is definitely working right now. I mean, this is, again, full Umbral. But the Umbral is comparatively doing very little here. I mean, right now I'm using my shields to tank. I'm shield tanking with a full Umbral set on Steel Path without brief respite or anything like that. Xmas are quite resilient to this. Also, I don't need to stand... yeah, I do need to keep moving if I want my crits. I remember that. Move for crits. Crits is move. Move is crits. And the splishy slashies not getting in the way of seeing the dogs. That'd be great. No! Balls. I looked across at chat just as I fell off. That was unfortunate. Does operator restore the passive? Restore what passive? He already has the passive of if you are moving, you gain crits. If I kill that guy, I'll get faster fire rate. There we go. Getting full use out of that augment. There we are.
The enemy is broken.
I mean,
Now get to extraction.
aside from movement difficulties, this hasn't gone badly. I don't understand the targeting on these sea snares. I'm going to have to get more used to that. Figure out what exactly I'm doing wrong there. Let me just grab that. Because I thought I would have caught that guy with that cast, but I didn't. That guy didn't get caught, so that's good. Yeah, stream shouldn't be stuttering. I've got no stream warnings on my side. Yeah, operators don't get the benefits of powers on mods, that's correct. Oh, we're being invaded again. Alright, who is it this time? I've got a single cast of sea snares ready for him, whoever they are. It's Angst. Okay, let's see. Angst versus Yareli. Fight! Angst uses teleport. Angst uses immunity to crowd control. Angst uses... dead. We will yet find a way. That we shall. We will yet find a way to make Yareli work. I didn't have a choice, but I think if we wanted to face tank Yareli, probably use Pillage. Pillage would be a good idea, yeah. Considering that we got damage reduction on shields, you can use adaptation to further enhance that. Pillage seems like a good idea. Pillage does seem like a good idea. Hell, if you go full on brawl, you get even more strength for Pillage. Oh, God. Alright. So let's see then. Sea snares, range 30 meters. 30 meters? That was definitely not grabbing in 30 meters. Isn't me, or was that definitely not grabbing within 30 meters? True, Idle Outlaw. True, yes. Subsumed abilities don't work on Merlina. That will be a problem then for Tom. No. No, we'll take a pass on that then. We'll stick with Yareli's kit. I mean, if we can get something that's set and forget, that'll be okay. But things that you want to constantly be recasting, that's a no-bueno. Yeah, Nourish could be a good pickup, yeah. So, not Banish, no. Breach Surge, no. Coil Horizon, no. Condemn, no. Decoy, definitely no. Defy, nope. Desiccation, nope. Dispensary, nope. Not long duration, we don't really need it. Eclipse. Eclipse could be an option. I mean, Eclipse is always an option, but you know what I mean. Nourish would help the energy upkeep. True, yeah, there is that. You can get Nourish, so then we have energy upkeep, crit bonus, fire rate bonus, reload speed bonus, and viral bonus all in one. That could be good, yeah. Maybe range is casting range rather than grabbing range. I mean, grab and cast should be the same, but we'll need to do some testing on that. Golden Instinct, no. Yeah, I think Nourish might... I mean, Nourish is a very powerful ability, so it's kind of obvious that it's always a good pick. But yeah. Look at all the others, though. They're mostly kind of cast and recast situations. We don't need Petrify. We've got a crowd control already. We definitely don't want rebuild shields. Roar is just an alternative, I suppose, but we don't really need it. It's quite expensive. And the other question is, what are we taking off for using this? What would we take off? Because the first ability is giving us damage enhancement and crowd control. Second ability is Merlina. We don't get rid of that. Aquablades, probably, because Aquablades without the augments are pretty pants, aren't they? I literally didn't use it. I mean, I was conscious of my energy levels there as well, yeah. How does Firework look on her? Give it a try. Find out, Spartan God. Yeah, it does seem to me that Nourish is probably going to be the #1 pick there. I still need to get myself a another Citrine for that. Vile Rush? Imagine if you could use it whilst on Merlina. Imagine if you could use Vile Rush whilst on Merlina. That you become the paper round. You're just zooming past all the corpus houses, just chucking out the vials along the way. Oh well, it's on to that, unfortunately. Yeah, it does seem to me that Nourish is probably going to be the best pick. Are we a Nightmare to control? That's the idea, Flo. That's the idea. Sure, Vile Rush Protea. I've got a, or had for a while if I got rid of it, a Vile Rush Equinox, because Equinox loves range, so it kind of works out well. It kind of works out well. Yeah, let's go with Nourish. Let's go with that. Let's pop this on. Why does everything take bile? Everything good uses bile. What is this? We'll get rid of Aquablades for now. Pop that on. Go for it. You remember the video match? Fun fact, the meow on that isn't actually even me. That was from an old friend. Anywho, let's have a look then. So think about what we're doing with this. So that's going to give us a lot more energy generation. Duration is currently 38.75. Okay. What I could do then is I could drop the streamline here to get more duration. And if I go for the Organ Message duration, that will also give me a little bit of shield enhancement too from casting abilities. That could be good. This is going to give me energy multiplication. It's going to give viral output. It says damage goes from 20 to 35%. What does that mean? What am I forgetting here? What's the damage percent at the top? I don't understand that one. What am I looking at there? Nourish. Damage the enemies in the gut? No, because you can't eat them. That wouldn't be it, right? I suppose it's just a holdover stat, isn't it? Yeah, it's a holdover stat. Fair enough. Okay. That threw me off there. They've got enough room to put altered self-heal remove, but they didn't remove the holdover stat. Whatever. Warframe's held together by duct tape anyway, so we'll accept that. That worked out quite nicely for us. I'm quite happy to leave that as is. We now got more of the duration. So that should be good. Buff duration 35 seconds is pretty damn nice for a on-kill buff. Like, all you need to do is have Marina active, cast Sea Snares on someone, which you want to do anyway, and then kill one enemy, and you get that buff for 35 seconds. That's pretty nice going. No, the reflection damage flow is the explosion damage, not the damage at the top there. We got drain, then damage. As others have mentioned, that's the damage you deal to an enemy in your gut if you're Grendel, but we are not Grendel. Alrighty. I don't need Arcane Avenger. Arcane Avenger is a stupid pickup for this. Let's go for... Let's just search secondary. What have we got here? We got precision and efficiency. Well, that doesn't sound right. I've got more than that. Pistol. That's the word we're looking for. Pistol. Okay, Arcane Velocity on crit hit. Gain fire rates and pistols. We're already getting fire rates. We don't need that. We got Awakening on reload, chance for more damage. Do we really need that? I don't think we do. Arcane Pistolier, ammo efficiency. Just allow us to keep firing. Could be cool. Let's roll with that. Let's switch off the grab satellite. Let's try something else. You know what I like? I do like my laser beams. Let's try out the laser beam. I can take off the viral. Now we've added on the nourish. So instead, I can change this over to corrosive. So I have heat, radiation, corrosive viral all in one go. And definitely not kinship. No. Just no. There we are. That's better. That's better. Subsume Nourish only gives out one stack of viral. Yeah. I wouldn't call that one a duct tape. That is a balancing decision. Yeah, enemies that are attacked suffer viral damage up to 1 stack. Yeah, it says 1 stack. Also, how much is the recharge delay on Pack's charge? The recharge delay reduced by 50%. Yeah, you see the reload there is 1.3. And then when I put that on, it comes down to 0.9. So that's the time it takes. It says time in seconds to refill the magazine from empty, but that's only correct for an actual reload. In this case, it's time until it starts to recharge. And then we have Yareli's Merlina Guardian buff. That's giving us a reload speed increase as well. So that makes that recharge delay even quicker. Okay. I think we should be good to go on giving that a whirl. I still feel weird about the range of this. I'm going to check the wiki on that real quick. Maybe there's a hidden range stat. Maybe there is a hidden range stat. See, snares, Yareli. Flashbang. Is there a hidden stat that I'm just not working with here? Secret? Nope, secret. It says seek range, 30 meters. Didn't feel like it. Unless I'm overestimating how far 30 meters really is in this game, but that did not feel like 30 meters. Globule target radius 10. Sea snares, a floating proximity with lifetime, whatever. Respond to enemy presence in direct line of sight within a 10-meter radius around them. Right, and that's a fixed radius. Okay. So it's not a seek range of 30. Enemies in direct line of sight and within 30 meters in the direction of the aiming reticle, the globules travel towards them. Otherwise, it's a 10-meter range. Okay. So I need to target them. Otherwise, the range is massively lower. Okay. Okay. I'll work with that then. I'll work with that. Wait, you're telling me that I put an Exodus and dash my gaze for our mod, not going to use it? I mean, you can still use, what's it called? Ruinous Extension. I don't know what I've... No, I know I've got Express. I like using Ivara. You guys, Ruinous Extension give you increased beam length. Yeah, on cast it's a 30-meter seek if I'm targeting an enemy, because they have to be within the direction of the reticle, it said. If they're off to the side, I guess it doesn't count. Once the bubbles are out, then it becomes a 10-meter line of sight seek. And you can't change that 10 meters with range. All these stats and details that they code these into the game. How much I would give for the ability to press tab right now and for it to open up a second page for sea snares that gives a breakdown of these other weird bits. How much I would give! Because they know what they're doing. They're coding it specifically. These things don't happen by chance. Someone types into the game, they make methods or programs or whatever you want to call it into your coding environment. They dictate how these things work. Just tell us. Tell us what we're working with. We'll figure out how to make it interesting. Just tell us what the stats are. Imagine you're playing like Monopoly and you land on a property. You're like, okay, how much rent do I have to pay? It happened. Like, but how much is it? Just deal with it. It happens. Okay, I'm going to put a house onto Mayfair. How much rent does that mean it's going to be now? We'll find out when you land on it. What do you mean, find out when we land on it? I want to know ahead of time to see if it's worth it. That's how it feels to me. That's how it feels to me. Just give me the advanced section. Just likewise in the arsenal here for the stats and weapons. Give me the advanced section. Like, I can understand most players don't need to know every last little bit of the detail here. The ribbon disposition, that could go into the advanced section. That doesn't need to be there. The accuracy stat, that could go into the advanced section. That doesn't need to be there. So they could narrow down some of the bits and pieces and then give us the other details, like the fact that there's a guaranteed impact proc within a certain range on the Foreman. The fact that there is a recharge time or recharge rate separate from the reload here, and it says reload time is seconds to refill the magazine from empty. That is just not true. That's not what it does on the Foreman or any battery weapon, and yet on a only ever battery weapon, when we mouse over it still says that. Yeah, Revenant's Reeve is another good one, Idol, absolutely, yeah. The stats on that one are just like, why? How does it phrase it again? Rev. How does it phrase it? Yeah, look at that. It says, I thought it said this. It's got the health drain and it's got the drain. Health drain and drain. Don't know why they're two separate stats, but they are. I mean, one's going to be shields, one's going to be health, but it could just be drain or hit point drain. Point is, it's got those stats there, but it says on the description, leeching shields and health from any encountered, enhanced for thralls. But it shows the enhanced value or... Yeah. In tips it says thralls get 5 times to what? It's just, yeah. If we go into abilities, we'll grab that tip there. And thrall damage. Where is it? Where is it? Have I missed it? Revenant's immune to that. And enthralled enemies can still be damaged by Revenant's abilities. All enemies do not benefit from any buffs. Cast it to an enemy that has been stunned. As a skin reviving allies to prevent damage. Why? Why is that a tip? Cast Reeve while Dance Macabre is active to halve its cost. Increase Reeve's travel distance with ability duration mods. Cast also sprint now. Cast Reeve on an ally while Mesmer Skin is active to share a single charge of them. I don't see that tip you're on about. I don't see that tip you're on about. No, I don't see that one. Which again is just even more weirdness. It's like they're saying it's enhanced for thralls, but it's not. It's actually just lower for other enemies, and we don't know how much lower without going to the wiki. Things like that. It's like, come on! Come on! Give us the real details. Info design is hard. Info design is hard, yes. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not there, Daitai, but I will say info design, as it is, you know, giving people proper information up front, it is difficult. And that's why you make it someone's job, you know, a paid position to do that correctly. How many guides have you guys watched or read or encountered for other things in Warframe where you've gone, I don't understand what this is talking about? You come to my guide and you go, oh, right, yeah, now I understand. How many times has that happened? How many people have experienced that? I'm sure a large number of you. Yes, I am tooting my own horn there. Don't care. It's true. Because I put in that time. I put in that effort. I digest down all the bits and pieces, the details. Bring it down, down, down. What actually needs to be known? Okay, now, how do I communicate this? How do I put this into a flow and understanding? How do I shuffle the points around so that when you get to the end of it, unless you're a muppet, you understand what's going on? Why don't I buy a Revenant skin? What do you mean? What do you mean, why don't I buy a Revenant skin? I've got a Revenant skin. Look at it. It's right here. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have a Revenant skin. It's just most people don't seem to agree with me on that. So I stick to the Prime rather than the Pride. That's very much the Twisted Genie answer. As I'm saying, explain the beam hunter munitions to me. That wasn't even a video. Yeah, I just did that one over on the Discord, didn't I? Alright, anyway, been chatting and been killing. Let's go kill. Let's do a little bit of killing. That was top tier Revenant skin. Thank you. I hate it, but thank you. Oh dear. Yeah, I've nicknamed that one Revenant Pride. Especially because it's even got snowflakes faintly dripping off it. Falling away. Because they're wiggling his ass. Oh yeah, I need to activate that first. And then we do this. There we go. I mean, rip that guy. Now, rip even faster. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is Steel Path. I mean, Butchers don't count. Butchers on Steel Path are always stupidly easy to kill. But, yeah, this is Steel Path. Alright. Alright. I mean, yeah, granted, you know, this kit gun is a pretty powerful kit gun. I've got a Riven on it as well, but I think that Riven is multi-shot damage. But, like, this is not messing around, is it? This is not messing around. It's very different from before. I mean, it also helps that the kit gun is pretty cool. Uncast, cast, bundle, back on, death. just death. I'm not going to make much use of the 4. It's quite expensive for what it does. So I'm not going to make much use of that right now. Because like, I'm still just killing. Maybe here could be used for the 4, but only if I was using like a group, an AoE weapon. Don't really need it, is it? Just killing. I didn't need to cast it on a bunch, but I did anyway. even without sea snares, now I've got stacks and everything. It's just kind of kill. I think, yeah, that's one out of them. There we are, recast that. Need to let that recharge a bit. There we go, and I just picked up 138 energy right there, like... It's kind of hard not to get value out of it when that happens. Can I... Bro, what the fuck was that? It just didn't want to let me through. Were you a mechanical or civil engineer degree? Neither. I'm a kengineer. You seem to be mistaking that in the way that Google mistakes it for the word engineer, but I'm not an engineer, I'm a kengineer. Very different things. See, I construct builds and solve practical problems, doing the math along the way, whereas an engineer will build things for practical purposes, doing the math along the way. Completely different things. The only similarity is the spelling. I can see the confusion. No, I did not do any form of engineering at university. Wow, ripped wall, them guys. But the only downside is having to get off Merlina to recast Nourish. Well, like, it's manageable. It's manageable. Yeah, I'm seeing the difference in that seek range there. When I do actively aim at the enemies, the bubbles do seek in properly, yeah. Okay, only one bubbles sort enemy there. Oh no, this one did as well. Alright. I mean, rip to that guy. Okay, that's a big old cluster, and I no longer have the energy to cast it. I was about to use my grouping ability, and I just couldn't. That was unfortunate. But I didn't need it, so whatever. Yeah, I don't like that having to get off to cast helmet abilities, though. Like, very few Warframes have that kind of stipulation. So it seems kind of harsh to do it to Yareli. I personally wouldn't have gone with that. Like, they could have just reused the animation from sea snares and called it a day. Code it in, if helmet ability, but on Merlina, use sea snares. You just cast your hand forwards. That could have been better, but hey ho. I haven't played Yareli in a hot minute. Does F4 continue to pull in enemies like Zephyr Tornadoes, or is it a one and done kind of thing? Good question. Let's test that in the Simulacrum. Let's test that in Simulacrum. Yareli is probably the best secondary buffer now. She's up there. Yeah, she's definitely right up there. If not top tier when it comes to crits, but it's just for crits, so non-crit secondaries don't get a real benefit.
Of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Yeah, much ado. I've given up on the idea of K-Drive mods for Merlina. They're not treating Merlina like a K-Drive. Merlina is only a K-Drive in approximate shape and mobility, but otherwise it functions very differently to a K-Drive. I don't think I can summon one here to demo. No, I can't. But yeah. Yeah, Yareli does have anti-latent energy, that is true. So if we set this up now, so that's just cast. And if we spawn in some enemies... Okay, that's an Xmas unit, that's a bad idea. Heavy gunners. Oh, the ability just ran out. Well, that's useless. What timing? It just ran out right there and then. Let me try it again. So now that's running. So let's have a look what that grab range is like. Yeah, it does still scoop in. It's not a very big grab range at default, though. Look at that. That's grabbed, what, 5 of them? Yeah, because these 4 down here are unaffected. We've got these 3 here. Oh, that timed out. Oh, but now it grabs everyone. Wait, what? No, Chuck, I killed them. I hit the kill button on the UI. So my laser beam's pretty powerful. Okay. So, Riptide there. Radius, range, bar. I'm not sold. It's cast out there, it creates this vortex. And then you see it grabs some enemies, but it doesn't grab them all. And what's the closest one that's not been grabbed? I mean, that's only 6 meters away. Right, that one was close. That one was yeah, it's only grabbing at like 5-ish meters, wasn't it? Its initial cast definitely has a bigger radius to it. It's still scooping whilst active, but the enemies have to get right up close to it. Because normally I can just do that. And then I can just laser beam them all down. Ta-da! Yeah, there's an on-cast grab radius, and then there's a grab radius during the ability, which is a lot smaller. Ah, righty. That would seem to be what's going on there. Posting Ken and then an up arrow is not only unhelpful, but it's actually a bit rude. Saying, hey, you missed my message, so please go scrolling up. Please don't do that. I know I'm going to miss messages. You are one of 170 people here. So, the Cyclone Suction Range shrinks from its maximum radius to 5 meters over the course of 2 seconds. Excellent! So, we just verified exactly that. Cool. Yeah, it's called testing Solarium. You know, we do that thing on the channel here. It makes sure that we have actually what's happening rather than people just throwing stuff out. 'Cause sometimes the wiki can oversimplify. And that one was easy to just verify what was going on. Thanks, Solarium. Appreciate it. Replication testing is important? Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Because there are times where we've come across the wiki just stating things which are outright incorrect. Like, for example, if we head over to Citrine, I called this out on stream a while back. Don't know if it's been changed on the wiki. But you see how Preserving Shell, it says at the bottom there, damage reduction, the base values are 3% gain on kill or 1% gain on assist. It turns out it's actually 3 and 1.5%, but instead, the person who wrote the wiki page on it believed that it was 3 and 1%, but that the values shown on here round down for the kill bonus and round up for the assist bonus. That was what they concluded. I don't know how they concluded that, because it is easily disproved. Easily disproved, but that's what they came to a conclusion of. I can only imagine they must have got this screen here using, what's it called? Blind Rage, and went, oh, yeah, look, it says 2% for one of them, and that's rounded up, but 5% for the other, that's rounded down. No. No, it was really easy to verify. Part of that is on DE for not putting decimals on those percentages. When you have something as low as 1.5%, but your UI shows 1%, that's kind of a big deal. That should have had a decimal on it. But yeah, you gotta check on these things. Alright, take care, Chalk. So yeah, I will test things as much as I can come across things on the wiki, unless it is something really obnoxious to test. And even then, if I'm doing a video, I will still test it. But unless it's really obnoxious to test, it's usually best to just check things over to be absolutely certain, because as someone phrased it over on YouTube, I am something of an authority on Warframe, so I can't just state things as fact and call it a day. I do have to follow it up. That's what's more important than learn the number is. Yeah, basically, in effect, when you're looking at stats, 2 significant figures is kind of important. Because imagine if energy costs were 1 significant figure, so this would say 30 energy rather than 25, or if it was rounded down, it would say 20. But hang on, I'm spending more energy than it says. If Nourish here, if the Nourish bonus is like, yeah, your damage increase, you get, well, let's see, we'll make it a multiplier, so you get a damage increase of 0%, or 0 times, except when it gets to 100%, then it's 1 times. Things like that would just be stupid, wouldn't they? 2 significant figures, absolutely crucial all over. 3 Stig if you got the room, but 2 Stig at minimum. And if you don't know what a significant figure is, Google it. That's basic mathematics. Basic reading numbers, actually. It's not even mathematics, it's numbers. Snake Raider, cheers. I know there's going to be someone here who doesn't know what a significant figure is, so that's my rather rude way of telling you you want to learn. You want to learn. Alrighty. So far, I'm quite satisfied with how that's playing out. Nourish does seem to be a very good pickup there. I know a lot of people are like, Aqua Blades are everything, but, yeah. Stick figures was taught you at your physics A level? God, I was taught it well before that. Although then, granted, I was doing calculus at 11, so whatever. If you don't know what stick figures are, get back to your primary school math classes. I don't know if it's taught as far back as primary school. That might be stretching it a bit far. I think. No, I don't remember us covering it in primary. I mean, I am trying to remember back, what? A couple decades. Yeah. GC was always decimal places, didn't get told about sig fig till A level either? Really? Cool, blimey. What are they teaching kids these days? Anyway. I had no idea sig figs were called that. Learn it's all in a different language. Okay, that's fair. If you don't understand it because you learned in a different language, if English was not the language of your core education, you're absolved of misunderstanding. That goes as a general thing. If the only reason you don't understand something I say is because you are fluent in a different language, that's fine. If you're smart in Spanish, or smart in Swedish, or smart in Cantonese, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I am dumb in every language that isn't English. I will come across like an absolute moron if I attempt to speak Spanish. It just goes terribly for everyone involved. Even the sadists at that point just kind of go, oh, this is just... it's just another stupid Brit who only knows one language. Which is true. It do be like that. You're not smart in any language? Well, Snake Raider, you're the one who said it. I'll leave you with that one. I will leave you with that one. Alright, let's give this a whirl against some Corpus. Now, I've currently got it set to Corrosive. Let me switch it over, actually. I've got Corrosive Heat. I suppose I could just make it Magnetic Heat. Give that a whirl. We'll just go for Frostbite right there. I know, I need to form that slot so I can put a proper 60-60 on. Shut up. Yeah, let's give that a whirl with Heat, Radiation, Magnetic, and then Viral from Nourish. Against the Grenadier and see what happens. Corpus, see what happens. Depends on how your school years are distributed. Some places do reception to year 6, then 7 to 13. Others do 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to... What? I've never heard of a breakdown of 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 13 for UK schools. Never. It's reception to 6 for a total of 7 years. Then it's 7 to 11, and that is your secondary school. And then it's 12-13, which is your further education of A-levels in colleges and sixth forms. Previously the... well, you could consider it also lower sixth and upper sixth for the sixth formers, hence. Yeah, I've never heard of a school setup that was 1 to 4, then 5 to 8, then 9 to 13. That is really weird. Yeah. You went to primary, middle, high school, 3 schools in the UK? Where the hell? What? In the UK? I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. I know of juniors and infants in primary splitting it reception to... I think it was reception to 2 for infants, and then juniors is 3 to 6. I don't... You got me absolutely stumped on that one. I've never come across that. And I'd like to say I know the West Midlands pretty well, so... Staffordshire. Okay, Staffordshire. Even then, it shouldn't be, like, that bizarre. I just... They were saying 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13. Is that it somewhere? Huh. Does Nourish cause Garuda's 4 to proc viral? I have no idea. I would imagine on the actual attack from Garuda's 4, no, because I don't think it enhances abilities. It's just weapons. Also, we're looking at Yareli, so I will pass on that check for today. But I would imagine no, not on Garuda's attack with the 4, no. Let's go to this one. Why not? Oh, it does? Oh, never mind then. See, that's why I said imagine. It does because spaghetti, of course, yeah. I wouldn't have expected that. There do. Alright. Oh, wrong way around. I need to cast that first. The fact that you lose the energy from Merlina if you cast it for any reason, just pain. Just pain. Nope, nope, we're having none of that from you, Mr. Alarm Setter. Wait, who got that alarm off? Oh, it must be this guy, wasn't it? Trying to prevent enemies from setting off alarms in this game is an absolute bloody nightmare. You kill 3 of them going for alarms, and it's always the 4th one. You're confused about 3 schools systems pretty common. Seems like we're the strange ones either way. Honestly, I've never heard of it being different in the UK at all like that. I know, well, I say in the UK, in England. Because I know that Scotland has a different system. And I'm sure that Northern Ireland has yet another system, just because. Because heaven forbid anyone do something like the English in the UK. Can't be having that now. But the idea that it was different in Staffordshire? Well, that's just odd to me. That's just odd. That's all I got for that one. I appreciate the offer of your own Yareli builds, but there is a reason I've not asked for anyone's Yareli build, and that's because I'm the one researching it to put together for my own understanding. It's the same reason that I don't watch creators' videos on Warframe, is in part, I just don't want to end up being influenced by their stuff. I don't want to be putting out content where I'm like, hey, here's how things work, and it turns out I have unintentionally or appear to have copied someone else. I don't want that. So unless I specifically ask for builds on frames, I'm not going to take them. Because I'm the one doing it. You're always welcome to post it onto Warframe and see what people think of it over there, if you think you got yourself a really good build. But that do be the limit of it. Unless you make your own YouTube channel. Oh, we got a bubble on a turret. Well, that's a thing. Am I going to attempt to build on Yareli without triple umbral form? Oh yeah, absolutely. This is just giving an idea as to what we can do with it. Given my current Yareli, I would need to get a different Yareli to get a proper build guide for her. Because triple umbral is not the way to do it. Do not triple umbral your Yarelis. Is an overframe just spammed by 2 or 3 dudes? One, I don't know. Because I don't actually pay attention to who's posting what. I've had a look over there from time to time and it's just builds to me. 2, if it is spammed by 2 or 3 people, well, out-spam them, post stuff. Be the change you want to see. I guess, you know? It'd be like saying, oh, there's only 2 political candidates in my area. It's like, well, you can be the third. If you think they're both trash, show them how it's done. Be different. Stand apart. Alright, can I just... Okay, what happened there? That guy just fell apart. They do not usually die that easily. Okay, Mania has just made themselves Zephyr form, so I can't hit them for a bit now. Let's just give that a moment. Yeah, I have Anairu a lot of time on to deal with those treasures. I was expecting to use it there, but he just died. Whereas this guy is not dying. I don't have correct... Oh, when he's done the Zephyr thing again, I'm running out of energy. In fact, I'm out of energy. Bruh. I need energy. Someone give me energy. Wait, what? What? Where did my Yareli go? What was that? Oh, stop with that. I have no energy and I'm going to die. Let's just do it this way. When can redirect light? Yeah, he just becomes immune to any ranged weapon. Mania is an annoying one like that. There we go. Yareli is definitely up there in terms of bugginess for frames, isn't she? Yeah. Let's just get rid of that stuff. It's annoying me. Especially when you shove your head in the ceiling, that doesn't help. Why are there so many of these little walking landmines? Sod off. Who keeps on putting down the plate, but they're annoying me. Have I got Bane of Treasure equipped? I don't know what I got equipped for that one. It just died. I don't think Nourish was even active then, so it just died to unnourished murder. I mean, I am using magnetic heat, but I didn't think it was that strong. Wonder which frame is the buggiest frame? God knows. No, wait. Rhino. Duh. Rhino is the buggiest frame. We can officially say that now. You're welcome to hate me for that, Slurm. It was a terrible joke, but I'm standing by it. You're just mad I came up with it before you. Also, aside from fighting an Acolyte, I don't think I've had to worry about my health at all here. Like, Yareli is not giving a damn about the damage output of these enemies. This is, again, Pluto Steel Path. Hi, mate. I'd stop using Seasonaires to test out that side, but it's also a damage buffer, so why would I? Also, something's dying over here. Oh. Sucks to be that guy. Does 80% damage reduction? No. She hasn't got 80% damage reduction. She's got 90%! Okay, this is a group that I just hung together. Clearly.
The enemy is broken.
I mean, that's just a win right there. Yeah, I'd say this is doing pretty well. I'd say this is doing pretty well. Just walk through another fire, as you do. As you do. It would seem to me, chat, that she's in a good spot now.
Very good.
Yeah, so account trading is against TOS. Please don't come into here to break TOS. There we are. I'm satisfied with that, actually. Her crowd control would need to be more focused on range using that fourth ability. I think that fourth ability would need both range and efficiency, because that is an expensive ability, and also the range drops down after it's cast, so it's just an in that moment 4th. So I don't know actually about keeping this one, to be quite honest, over Aquablades. Because 100 energy is quite a bit of ask. 100 energy is quite a bit of ask on that frame. Because when we want to be putting out sea snares pretty frequently to get the damage vulnerability on it. Because as much as Aquablade doesn't offer a lot, Aquablades can just sit there, and also you can use Aquablades with its augments to get even more damage out of it for free, aside from said augment cost. Nullifiers and violence can't remove it. Well, I mean, they can kill Merlina pretty handily. That did deal with it. Box. Cheers. Doesn't feel like an ult. I'll be honest, a lot of ults do not feel like ults. A lot of ults do not feel like ults. Like, Lavos' 4th ability, it's strong. It's pretty ultimate, so we don't worry about that. Wukong's 4th ability, his ultimate, his Iron Staff, terrible. Good ult, good. Yeah, it feels ultimate. Feels ultimate. No. Nope, so these two have bad ones. I mean, it's alright. I'm not sure what I'd say on the Grendel's one. It's alright. Revenants, yeah, it feels like an ult, Hildren's, it has the appearance of one, but it doesn't really connect like one, so it's kind of middle ground. Radial Disarm, I mean, it's the most offensive bit of his kit, but I'm not sure. Very good ult, we've already said, very good. I mean, we've covered extensively how much of a problem Varuna's 4 is. Yeah, Necros, great one. Octavia, a damage buffing zone? It feels more like a support to other things going on than an actual ult. It's a bit, yeah. Proteus 4, it's got a niche use in Railjack, but otherwise, I know some people have been using Proteus 4 to get the efficiency out of recasting and energy effectiveness, but it's just really not there for me. It's really not. Anyone wants to switch to some EDM right at the end? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's get that running for you, Eddie. Yareli's been saying he's a bit struggling on it. Anaris' 4 is an absolute joke, frankly. With the augments, it's somewhat passable. Mostly it's a joke. Mirage's 4, amazing. Rem already said great. Zaku's 4, yeah, kind of brings all the kit together. It's worthwhile. It's not amazing, but it's good enough for the amount of support it does. What's the problem with Varuna's 4? I'll be honest, I've covered the actual details on Varuna's 4 in my Varuna guide, so that's probably going to be the best summary on that odd meg. There's a lot to it. It's strong, but it's problematic. Let's see, Neja's 4, yeah, pretty damn decent. Saren's 4, very decent. Citrine's 4, cast time is the big one. Line of sight, really not necessary on it. Short duration, there's problems with that one. Sevagov's 4, solid. Zephyr's 4, solid. Nova's 4, yeah, pretty good. Steinex's 4, it does feel ultimate, so I'll give him that. Ashe, yeah, solid. Rhino's 4. Rhino's 4 isn't that amazing. It could do with some buffs. I know that Zom loves it, but it could do with a bit of a buff to it, I'll be honest. Whether they buff the duration on it, whether they buff the damage on it, something could happen there. Caliban's 4 is in a good spot. Yeah, it does feel ultimate for what he's got, so that's alright in comparison to the rest of his kit. Valkyrie's 4, yeah, that's fine. Ember's 4, that's fine. Banshee's 4 could do with some work, but it does feel ultimate. Nyx's 4, definitely an ultimate. Atlas's 4, no. Atlas doesn't have a good 4. Harrow, yeah, perfectly fine. Chroma's 4, no, that needs work. Mag's 4, it's a decent spot. Yeah. Especially as a starter frame, that's fine. Scab's 4, Exalted Blade, we'll let it pass. Brooks 4, obvious. Frost 4, yep, that's a solid ultimate. Garuda's 4, yeah, we'll give that one. Gara's 4, definitely good. Korra's 4, definitely good. Vauban's 4, definitely good. Jaya's 4, I need to do more with Jaya, to be honest. I do need to do more with that. Oberon's 4, needs work. Definitely needs work. Nidus's 4 doesn't feel very ultimate, I'll be quite honest with you. But part of that is because the rest of Nidus's kit is so good. His 1 is good, his 2 is good, his 3 is great. Actually, sorry, let me rephrase. His 1 is great, his 2 is great, his 3 is great. So notice his 4 kind of falls off because the rest of his kit is so good. And then we already mentioned Baruch. Yeah, I've got to give Jar another proper look over, especially with the new augment. You see, there are some frames where their 4s really fall behind. We've got, as I say, Wukong, Wisp, Grendel kinda. We got Varuna's a bit, yeah, Protea definitely, Inara somewhat, Yareli somewhat, Citrine definitely. Rhino pretty much. Maybe slightly better for Caliban, could do with it. Banshee definitely struggling. Atlas struggling, Chroma struggling. I got teeny tiny bit. I don't like Excalibur. Oberon struggling, and those maybe could do a little bit, but that's about it. There are a bunch of them where the ultimates don't feel very ultimate. With that all said though, Wukong doesn't have a 100 energy cost on his ult. Wisp, what's the cost on that one? 25 base, and then it's got a drain. The drain is more the problem there, in terms of the actual cost to it, on top of the fact that it only ticks once per second. The ability isn't great. But again, the cost is not exactly insane. Let's see, what were the others I called out there? Varuna, yeah, that's got a very high cast cost. Protea's one? I will never know because I've got it set to breach search. Or raw. There it is. What's the cast on that one? Yeah, 100. No, so expensive. So expensive what it delivers there. Inaros doesn't have... it's a health expense, it's fine. He's fine on that. But Yareli is an expensive one. Citrine is an expensive one. It's the really expensive ones that really bring them down. Rhino, 100 energy. Really brings it down. I'm still skipping. There is nothing between Rhino and Caliban here. Banshees, again. Cheap to cast, but then it's got the maintaining of it. It's really loads holds it down there. Yeah. Atlas, how much is Atlas's Rumblers? 100? Oh, good lord, yeah, no, that should not be 100. That ultimate is not worth 100 whatsoever. And likewise with Oberon here, Reckoning should not be 100. Not for what it does, so it needs to feel more ultimate. I know it's got the armor reduction on it, but... yeah, it doesn't quite fit 100, does it? And I'd say the same for Caliban as well. I'd say the same for Caliban. Oberon just doesn't do anything that the game needs to have done. I mean, the Oberon's got plenty good stuff. It's just not really solid enough. Like, the armor that he gives here with Renewal. The armor of 358 I've got, even with 179% strength. That much armor is nothing. That much armor is a rounding error of defense. If that armor is doing anything good for your Warframe, you are not relying on armor in the first place. The things like that are just missing the beat. Reckoning are just... oh, it just doesn't quite connect. It's got all the trappings to be good. It's got a blind on it, it's got damage on it, it's got armor reduction, it's an AoE, it's got health orb drops, it's got all the trappings of being there. And then it doesn't. So yeah, there are a number of frames where their ultimate abilities could do with being revisited, and I'm still getting the vibe here that Yareli's one is one of those. It's got that nice powerful grouping, and then it stops. The damage on it is... it isn't, let's be honest. Even with the scaling of an extra 50% damage per enemy in there, ability damage doesn't scale with enemy level, it just doesn't. Ability damage, where it doesn't scale, is great on the star chart and terrible everywhere else. All ability damage suffers from that. All of them. So, that basically just turns this into a grouping ability, which stops grouping as soon as it's been cast. And very shortly afterwards, it's just done. That's not 100 energy's worth. Like, 50 meters is good, 100 energy? Yeah, exactly. Like, let's have a look. What are the grouping abilities we can get through the helmet? We've got Ensnare here. half the cost, range, radius 10 meters. So it's 1/3 lower cast range, or propagation range I should say, but it's only got a propagation from it, as I say. So that radius 10 meters isn't actually just 10 meters. We've got lava. That one, it's only 8 meters, but also only 25 energy. Far more tactical, really. And then, let's see here. Yeah, Coil Horizon was another one. Explosion radius 12 meters. Does that mean a grab radius of 12 meters as well? Because if so, 50 energy, that's a pretty good trade, yeah, compared to 15 for double the energy cost. Airburst. Ah, yes, Airburst is another one. That one's again only 8 meters and for 50 energy. So that one's not as solid, but it is also a quick cast. Does Core Horizon do more damage than Reckoning? Let's see. Damage per second, 1500. Explosion damage, 1250. Yeah, I think it does. But then you also have to recognize the AoEs are different on it. Not that much different, but yeah. And Reckoning armor strips. Reckoning has got plenty going for it. It's just it hasn't got enough of any one thing. Which pulls it down. Core Horizon also procs Archon Stretch. It's a minor bonus, but I'll give you that, yeah. Given that it is an ability that benefits from Stretch, the two do synergize, yeah. Overall, Yareli's 4th ability is just so expensive. It's just so expensive. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll be switching Nourish over Riptide instead of Aquablades. Because, like, with this build here, we don't need Umbral 5. We don't need an armor bonus. So that could go right out. Honestly, we don't even need a health bonus. How much was I dipping into my health during those missions? We don't need a health bonus. We could drop all of that, absolutely fine. We got Adaptation for our defense. That's all the defense we need. Adaptation and Merlina, that's all that we need for defense. Which means we can focus on all the rest of the kit instead. We could get strength into there through other means. I definitely won't want to go for Blade Rage or Transient Fortitude though, because duration and efficiency are also very important. So I don't think those would be a good choice. Which does leave us with very few other options. Plus armor, no. Because like we could do an Augur Secrets, and then yeah, we're going to want the Augments as mentioned. Of course, it's showing Hearty Nourishment right now. No. What I actually want would be the Aquablades one. Would Hearty Nourishment be worthwhile? Clear status effects, gain status immunity. Oh, it wouldn't even trigger, would it? Never mind. So yeah, it'd be the Aquablades Augment there. Preparation can move into that slot. I won't do that right now. So Preparation was moved up onto there, and Preparation I do think is important for getting these two off right at the start. That would open up another slot for... Oh yeah, I didn't need Grace at all. Grace did nothing there. Grace did absolutely nothing. So what could I go for then? Might as well keep the Umbral Intensify. For those who can fit it. You should be able to fit it, I suppose. Intensify or just anything else be fine on that. Restoring health, none of this does. That's to be ignored. We're not doing heat. Are we doing toxin? I don't think any of this is toxin, is it? No, it's all cold. Ew. Efficiency. I suppose efficiency could be the way to go then, couldn't it? But like, if you're going for a nourish approach, I feel like efficiency just feels wrong. Yeah, range would be more important if we're going for Riptide rather than Aquablades, but like I say, Riptide just doesn't seem to do enough. It just doesn't seem to be doing enough. Like, if you are using an AoE weapon, then yeah, sure, fair enough. But at the same time, if you got an AoE secondary, you can just kind of carpet bomb the map. AoE secondaries are stonks. Multi-augmented for strength increase? I mean, yeah, that'd be... For another arcane over here, let's have a look at the arcanes real quick. Energy support could be great, but we've got Nourish for that. So, Not really that big of a deal. You could go for Steadfast. Especially if you're not running Nourish, Steadfast could be a good pickup. Continuity for more duration. What do you think this one is? Let's see then. Energy pickup, no. On crit hit plus melee damage, hell no. Resist magnetic, not a concern. Augmented does seem to be the good one so far. Rise, no. Bolt efficiency while shields are active. Gain ability duration. Yeah, we were keeping our shields up. That could be the pickup. Avenger? Oh, no, Zon. We don't need that because we got loads of crits already. We're going to have 200% bonus from being, mobile as Yareli. Avenger's going to be an absolute bonus alongside that, but it's not as powerful as looking at an alternative option entirely. It just doesn't give as much to it. I mean, it's still going to give crits, but yeah. Moose IRL, thank you very much for resubscribing at 3 months. Really do appreciate it, Moose. No idea how you're using Twitch or have a bank account as a Moose, but hey, look, if that's what Canada wants to have happen, I'm all for it, because you clearly have some taste. Thank you. Go for efficiency, maybe another Orca mod. Help with keeping shields active on cast. No, I don't think going for efficiency is the idea. I'm not dropping the efficiency, but we don't need to increase it. Oh, if going multi-efficiency. Yeah. Well, I've already got 2 Orca mods, haven't I? So, how many more Orca mods do I need? The next are the ones that Augur Record and Augur Reach. I don't need either of those on this. I definitely do not need Augur Record. Like, what the hell? Plus shield capacity? I'm going to pass on that. We don't need to have a little bit of shield capacity from Augur Record. That's no. This game's not built for that. I think Pistolia is very optional because Yareli doesn't lend itself to aiming for headshots so much. So if you're not doing that, you could go for Reconstruct for the healing. Actually, yeah, do we have any healing on this? Yeah, we could go for Reconstruct just to ensure you've got health support. Otherwise, it'll be Augmented. Augmented does seem to be the right pickup there because, maximum bonus of, what's that? Is it 60%? Does it go up to? Yeah. Max of 60% extra strength. Like, strength is going to benefit Sea Snares. Strength benefits Merolina Recast. Strength benefits Nourish. Strength will benefit Aqua Blades. Strength is Yareli's thing, isn't it? Yeah. Healing Merolina counts for healing procs. Not sure I'm following on that one. Yeah, I think this approach here... We've got the other augment that goes in this slot. Preparation will go up there. We're going to have extra strength coming in. We're going to have extra duration. We don't really need efficiency. I don't have energy max on here, do I? Why does Yareli get 300 energy max? I mean, wait, did I put an Archon shard on her? I didn't. So she just naturally has 3... Wow, okay, that's a win. I didn't realize she had that much energy max. I thought I put a flow in here somewhere, but no, I didn't. Alright. Alright, yeah, I'll take that. Arcane Intensify for the bonus strength on heal. Maybe we'll give more. Is that triggering? I mean, if that triggers, then yeah, that's a pretty solid pickup, isn't it? Oh, God. 20 Dre. Yeah, let's switch that. Wow, that was a bit... I definitely need a different Yareli if I'm going to do this properly, don't I? So if we need to know, last thing we're going to do here, let me switch those around. Last thing we need to know is, will this trigger on healing Merolina? We need to know about that. Let's give that a whirl. Whilst I'm dropping in on this chat, we are going to be doing a platinum giveaway in just a moment as well. So exclamation mark ticket in the chat if you haven't already done so this stream to give yourself a chance to win it. Exclamation mark ticket to go for that. Anyone can join. Doesn't matter if you're a subscriber or not, doesn't matter what platform you're on, it's open to everyone. I would like it if you're a subscriber. You know, if you are considering it, if you've been thinking about it, if you have been appreciating all the content here on the channel and over on YouTube, you know, do consider it. But at the same time, you don't have to just enter the giveaway. That's just there for watching. If the bot says failed to enter, it means you've already entered. Alright, let's grab some of these low-level Muppets. Let's go smack them in the face for science. First, we're going to see if it'll trigger... Was I going? Yeah. Is it going to trigger if Marlena is at full health? Because that shouldn't count as a heal. Oh, some... Okay, everything that popped up, none of that is... No, none of that was a heal stuff. So now I need to take damage of Marlena. Horse racing is fun. Thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime up onto 5 months, my dude. Really do appreciate that. Cheers. As I say, thank you for streaming. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining in. Oh, come on. Don't call out the lurkers. It's alright to watch without chatting. It is perfectly fine to watch a stream without chatting. There is no requirement to chat. If you got nothing that you need to say, just enjoy the show. It is, after all, a show. Alright. Let's make sure that fully clocks in. Cool. Take some damage. Alright, Marlena has taken some damage. And that does not appear to have procced the strength mod, no. No. Wait, no, yeah, wait. Yeah, it did. Why did it do it now? What did I do differently? Is it from casting that? Oh. I have to kill a bubbled enemy. That's what it was. So yeah, it does proc it then. There you go. It does proc it. So go back to the original test of testing without losing health on Marlena first. Because I did it wrong. My bad. Wait for Marlena to finish getting her health. There we go. Cast that. Okay, so that didn't trigger it, no. When Marlena is at full health, it doesn't trigger it. That's a good idea, Idol, yes. And someone had said, here come all the lurkers, but wasn't sure if that was just out. So, oh, I needed to spawn them with AI. Activate Marlena. Wait for it to take some damage. Are you gonna fire? There we go. Marlena is taking some damage. And yeah, that does proc it. Alright then, cool. So yeah, with the Augment then, that does mean that Yareli becomes a candidate for using Archon Intensify. Who would have guessed? Well, someone guessed, so congratulations. And congratulations to whoever it was who suggested that. That definitely does work, which means it is substantially better to pick up than Umbral Fiber and also much easier to slot because it's a V polarity. So that's just wins all round on that one. That is wins all round. This Umbral set is the worst thing that ever happened to Warframe. Alright, that's okay. I was right then. It was you who called out the lurkers. Nah, lurkers are fine. I mean, they do evolve from Hydralisks, but it's all good. It's all good in the end. Yeah, I didn't expect either, Zom. I didn't expect Archon Intensify to proc on healing Marlena. It doesn't really make sense, but it happens. So with Marlena Guardian, Archon Intensify becomes an appropriate pickup, and Marlena Guardian just seems like a smart thing to do. You recharge the health on Marlena, and quite significantly too. You give yourself a reload speed buff that is huge, and a fire rate buff which is absolute stonks. Like, it takes a lot of work, for example, for Wisp to get to that kind of a fire rate buff, and people love fire rate Wisp, right? Like, my default Wisp build, what's the fire rate bonus I have? It is 66%. So the buff we get on healing Marlena is 3 times stronger than my go-to 223% strength build Wisp. That is significant. That is significant. That is a strong augment. You can see why it doesn't scale with strength? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine with a strength bonus on that as well? The fire rate just becomes yes. All weapons become single shot because they empty their magazine instantly. So yeah, as much as this pains me to say it, I'm going to have to go get another Yareli now, because this does need to be done justice. I still need to, what do I want to put in this other slot, though? Because that's... Preparation is obviously going to go up here. We've got Augment, Augment. What am I going to put in this final slot? I could go Efficiency, but that seems to insult Nourish, to be honest. I could... Actually... Could I go Narrow-Minded safely? Because that breaks... it drops that range right the way down. I don't think I like that. I don't want to drop that range down. Because I know we don't need range for Merlina, and we don't need range for... what's it called? Aqua Blades? But dropping the range on Sea Snares? No, I can't justify that. That's not a good choice. We could put Constitution there. 28% duration seems like the pickup. We don't really need anything else, so... That could be it. And then the suggestion for Archon Shards is just you pick of Strength and Duration. Go ham. Mission successful. A single regen shard in there just for the hell of it. Because, you know, no health regen on your Yareli here. But yeah, I think swapping back to Aqua Blades instead of keeping Riptide is the right pick. Does sprint speed affect Merlina? Oh god. That's a question, isn't it? Let's see. Let's try without any mods on. How fast we're going. Okay, so we got our vibe. To Amber for Nourish. I mean, if you go for the Ambers for energy... What's it? Yeah, energy on pickup, you could get rid of Nourish, potentially. Let's see. So it was sprint speed. A rush, I'm agility. I'm just going to put it all in the wrong slots. Speed drift. Sprint boost. That's the right slot, but whatever. That's cursed. I can't tell if that's actually faster. I mean, I should feel a lot faster if that was having an effect. Shouldn't I? No, that feels normal. I'm not struggling to control Merlina here. That feels normal. Hooray! I got the thing. No, that doesn't seem any faster. I got that all the way up to 1.87. I'll do that again now. No, it doesn't seem to be, does it? Merlina's already hard enough to control. It's more just get stuck on spaces. I mean, I'm controlling right here, aren't I? I'm controlling it right now. It's just that most missions don't have really open spaces to enjoy. Which is why I went to that particular Pluto mission, because the new Corpus style set is wider, but it's just easier to enjoy. I think the best way to really test that out would be to go onto the Orbivalis and just do a time trial there. That'd be the best way to verify that one. But, yeah. I'm going to say it, chat. I'm going to say it after this... oh, God, we are over time. Whoops, my bad. After all this testing, I'm going to say it, chat. Yareli's in a good spot. Yeah. Yareli is in a good spot now. D have done a good job of revitalizing her. I still despise the aesthetic, but we can look past that. I mean, we are still child soldiers. Hey. And memes. Well, I mean, if they could do it for Grendel, makes sense they could do it for Yareli too. Never thought you'd see the day. I mean, it's the thing, isn't it? Nothing a skin can't fix. True, yeah. If we could get a Hydroid skin for Yareli, so we keep the water theme, but now we're Hydroid. Maybe that's a Hydroid buff we all deserve. You know, just you can put Hydroid skin elsewhere. Job done. Alright, I think it's about time we do the Platinum giveaway. Let's see who's going to be the winner. I'm going to close off the entries now because if you didn't already grab an entry, well, tough titties, I told you about it moments ago. So let's close that there and see who is going to be the winner today. Only one person is going to be it, of course. You can only go one way. And the winner today is... Birchified. Birchified, congratulations. You are the winner of today's Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you here on Twitch shortly after stream to get hold of your Warframe username and platform. We'll get that sent on over to you there, Birchified. Congratulations. And to everyone else as well, thank you very much for joining in. Subscribers, especially, I want to remind you, if I just switch on over to a thingamajiggy here. Where was it? Just a quick reminder to those of you who are in the Supporter D Lounge as subscribers, make sure you are voting on Friday's stream topic. This is going to be after the dev stream, remember. There is the dev stream first, and then we got whatever is voted for. So, if you are a subscriber, if you've been gifted a subscription, make sure you connect your accounts, pop a vote over there. It's in the pinned messages in the Supporter D Lounge. But now we need to raid on over. Who are we going to raid today, chat? That is the question. Who are we going to raid today? Let's see who is active. Oops, that is the wrong shortcut. That is also the wrong shortcut. God damn it. There is the correct shortcut. How did I fail twice in a row to get to Twitch? I don't know, but I did. As you do. Let me see. Who is streaming that we could raid? I'm gonna sort of. Who's that one? I don't recognize that one, but I also don't speak the language, so that sucks. Let's see. We could go to Depths, but I just don't raid VTubers, so no. I could go Kodoma, we could go Neoness, we could go to Jogadorinson. I've never heard of that. Also, they're under the English tag, but I can't read their title. Raid Depths, they look like Yareli. Yeah, but we've done raids of VTubers. Every single time it has not gone well. Okay, you know what? Because it's been a Rally stream, there is Rally. Rally was a good raid. Let's do Rally. We've raided to them before now. That went well enough. I'm happy with that. So let's raid Rally because Rally. I think that's a decent match together there, isn't it? In any case, chat, that is all that we've got time for today. Thank you very, very much for joining in. I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Let's just put together a quick message. The Rally is good now. So this is going to be the message. Let me just grab the thing. There we are. That's the message I want you to be sending when we raid on in. That's the message I want you to be sending. We're going to be raiding on over now. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.